And we are live. It's been a while. Guys, this is the catch up. This is basically me taking a look at what's going on with club football after the World Cup because we were really busy during the World Cup and I didn't take a look at anything to do with club football. I'm just actually catching up. So, what I want to do, I want to take a look at the Serie, La Liga, Bundesliga, the Premier League, as many leagues as we can, and basically pick up from where we left off before the World Cup started and just get up to speed with things. You see what I mean? Nothing too crazy, just to get up to speed with what's going on. So let's make this happen, man. Let's definitely make this happen and let's have some fun doing it as well. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody watching the replay right now. So guys, what I'm going to do is we're going to start taking a look at some leagues to just warm things up. And we're going to get into the major leagues as we get a crowd building here. It's pretty late in New York City. It's 10:09 p.m. And I don't like to go live this late, but to be honest, on a Christmas day, it's the only time I had available. And I wanted to actually catch up before the Boxing Day matches started and the midweek games in all the other leagues. So big up to everybody. Big up to Ryan. How are you doing, Ryan? What are you up to, bro? What are you up to? I know you've been a busy man, even during the Christmas period, non-stop working. You know what I mean? Big up to Elias. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Elias coming in from Kenya, 6 a.m. in the morning, man. Big up to you. Big up to you. Well, guys, I'm planning on doing things a bit different on the channel going forward because, before I used to do the Premier League only and I used to do the predictions and all of that, I'm going to switch things up a bit. You see what I mean? I'm going to be a little bit more all-round so that we could have more people coming in from that's interested in other leagues, La Liga, Serie. And what I'm going to start doing, instead of trying to watch all the 10 Premier League matches during a given match week, I'm going to watch the games I want to watch and then maybe tune into a La Liga game or a Ligue 1 game. You see what I mean? Just so that I could keep up with what's going on in the other leagues and what other players are up to. Because for some reason, like with the Premier League, I don't know what it is, though. I don't know what it is because I guess it's a bit too niche. It's a bit too niche, and you see like once City's running away with the title, or it's just not. I don't see the interest there. You see what I mean? So I have to change things up a little bit, man. So Ryan says he's in bed with the kids watching movies. Yeah, I was upstairs watching movies all evening though. But told the wife I had to do this. I had to do some catching up, some late night catching up. And Elias says the Italian league is heating up. Big up to Danny A in the house. How you doing, Danny? Lang and Sweet in the house. Big up to you. So this is going to be basically like just, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? I got a drink right here. Sipping on a Christmas day. Merry Christmas. Season greetings to everybody. And we just going to be catching up. Big up to Abdi Rahman. Big up to Michael Olapido. Strasbourg Steve in the house, my boy. Strasbourg Steve, you think I don't see you watching the Turkish league? We're gonna take a look at all of that. Big up to Steve for dropping a $4.99 super chat saying Merry Christmas, Dom. Hope it was a good one. Steve, of course, you and I gotta catch up next year when it comes back to the Champions League, Europa League, and so on and so forth. So remember that, bro. Remember that. Guys, don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's start. And what we're going to start with, guys, give me a suggestion. What league should we actually start with in terms of catching up and looking back at what's going on and all of that good stuff? So let me know, man. Let me know. I think this Christmas pajamas and this Santa hat got me hot already. I gotta put on the fan here. Oh man, it's heating up in here already, man. Gotta drink a lot of fluids. I'm still not 100%. But let's go over to Italy. Premier League. Ryan says Premier League. But Ryan, you see the thing? Let's start. Ilya says Serie. Ryan says Premier League. All right, you know what? Let's start with the EFL. Let's go into the Premier League and then we go into the other leagues, right? So what we're going to be doing, we're going to start with the EFL and we're going to go all the way down to League 2, okay? We're going to go to League 2 and we're going to see what's going on in League 2. And then we're going to climb the way up to the Premier League and then go on to the other leagues and so on and so forth. We're going to make this fun. And what we're basically doing, guys, is a catch-up. Remember that. It's a catch-up. We'll be going down rabbit holes. We'll be looking at other things, interesting stories, news articles, all that good stuff when it comes to clubs, leagues, players, so on and so forth. I want to make it fun and informative, man. I want to do something a little bit different because I've been working really hard, I find, over the last few months on my Premier League predictions and the live streams. And I can't be doing the live streams and basically putting in so much work and there's only 25 people showing up. You see what I mean? So I'd rather just wing things. If I wing it and do no work at all, I like to prep. Don't get me wrong. I like to prep. I'll still do some prepping, but not the type of prepping I was doing, man. You see what I mean? The input and the output wasn't adding up. You see what I mean? It really wasn't adding up. And I don't like that feeling. So what we're going to do, we're going to just share the screen. We're going to go down to League 2 and we're going to catch up. We're warming up, guys. We're warming up. We're just going to take a look at some of the last games that was played in League 2. That's the forte of English football. Because we scroll down here, there were games playing during the World Cup. A lot of them postponed, but nothing really to talk about when it comes to these, nothing crazy. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at a table, what it looks like almost halfway through the season to see which clubs could get promoted, which clubs could get relegated down to the National League, I think is the next the league behind. So Leyton Orient, they're 51 points. They're in first position. And I do think first and second go up. And there's a playoffs between third to sixth. Pretty sure it's the same thing like the other tiers in terms of the Championship and League One. In terms of relegation, I'm not 100% sure how relegation works for League 2, but we could do a quick catch-up and could find that out. League 2 relegation. So in terms of relegation for League 2, guys, let me see. You get relegated to the National League, as I said, and I just want to, so that we know what's going on, okay? So relegated teams. So basically, last season, 2 teams were actually relegated. So let me see. As a result of Bury's expulsion from League One, only 1 team was relegated to maintain a 24 league team. Okay. So last season, Oldham Athletic, a team that I did use in my FIFA streams, and Scunthorpe United got relegated. So usually 2 teams get relegated to the National League every season from League 2. So that's what's going on in League 2. 2 teams get relegated, and I think 3 teams get promoted. And 3 teams get relegated from League 1. Pretty sure that's how it works, right? We have to know what's going on with these leagues. We can't be talking about the leagues and not understand what's going on, right? So just so we know, in terms of promotion to League 1, right? Teams that's gonna get promoted from League 1. We get 3 teams, of course, 2 teams for a second, and the playoff team. And in terms of relegation from League 1 into League 2. Remember, guys, we're warming up, we're catching up, we're just making sure we know what we're talking about here. So last season, we actually, okay, this is a bit different, right? This is a bit different. So for league, it's very important to do your research and know what's going on. So there's actually 4 teams that get relegated from League 1 down to League 2, which means there's only, okay, there's 2 okay. So there's 4 teams getting relegated and 4 teams going out the league. 4 teams getting relegated from League 1 down to League 2. 2 gets promoted and 2 go out. Okay. I guess that's the way it works. These leagues, and that's the thing. When you always talking about the Premier League, guys, it's like you never really pay attention to these leagues that's below the Premier League in that pyramid. So it's very important to actually know what's going on, so you're not just like talking out your ass when it comes to, to these leagues. You got to catch up, or you got to know exactly what's going on. So just for clarity, 2 teams get relegated from League 2, okay? And the teams promoted from League 2, well, okay, so there's actually 4 teams getting promoted as well. All right, so 4 teams promoted, 4 teams relegated, and 2 teams get relegated. Okay. This is weird, man. This is weird. From what I'm seeing here from last season, 4 teams got promoted. Forest Green, Exeter, Bristol Rovers, and Port Vale. They all got promoted last season. So in terms of the National League, how do you go from the National League to basically League 2? This is quite weird. If anybody knows more about this, let me know, because these leagues are very confusing. Very, very confusing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a look at what the table looks like. If you're down towards the bottom, you're in a bit of trouble. If you're up towards the top, great. What do you guys say? So Leyton Orient, 51 points. Stevenage, 44. Northampton Town, 42. So these teams are in the driver's seat to get promoted to League 1, which is a very, very good thing. And these other teams like Swindon Town, Mansfield, Borough, they would all be fighting for promotion as well, because they're in the top 6. So we're not going to talk too much about all the other teams in the table, because I'm not going to pretend like I know about these teams. But we go down towards the bottom to see the teams that are in trouble. Gillingham, Colchester, Hartlepool, Rochdale. It's crazy that Rochdale fall so far down in the pyramid, though. That is crazy. I think they were actually in the championship a few seasons ago, if I could recall. If we click on Rochdale here, right, and we click standings, League 1. So all right, League 1. They were in League 1 for a while. They just dropped down to League 2. Okay. So that's what's been going on with Rochdale. But that's what's going on there in League 2 in terms of stats. Who's scoring the goals? Andy Cook, Bradford City with 13 goals. Sam Hoskins. So if teams in League 1 Championship looking for, that player, that diamond in the rough, there you go. Danny Johnson, Christian Dennis, Josh Garden, all in double figures. The creative player, Ben Whitfield. Didn't I see Ben Whitfield up here? Okay, that wasn't Ben Whitfield. Jordan Gibson, Owen Moxon. These are the creative players in League 2. So with that being said, guys, we move on to League 1, okay? Not the League 1 French League, but League 1. We're climbing up the pyramid, guys. Climbing up the pyramid. We're going to go to the championship after this, and then to the Premier League, where we're going to catch up to what's going on. So big up to everybody in the house. Okay, so Steve is coming in with some context here. Steve's saying National League to League 2. Top 2 in the National League gets auto promotion. The next 4 go into the playoffs, right? National League playoffs, 3rd versus 6th, semifinal 1, bam, bam, bam. Then gets Wembley, 2 semifinal winner. So, okay. We have how many teams, Steve, the thing is, how many teams gets relegated from League Two? That's the thing. Last season, it looked like it was only 2 teams, right? So if 2 teams get relegated from League Two, that means those 2 teams from the National League go up. So what about that 3rd team? You see what I mean? Okay, let me see. National 3rd versus 6th, 7th. You see? So that's the thing. It's a bit too complicated. I don't want to go. I don't want to get into it. I really don't want to get into it. I'll do some research offline and get into that, but I don't really want to go deep into that right about now. It's a bit complicated because it's not like the championship where there's 3 teams coming up, because from the Premier League there's only 3 teams going down. You see what I mean? And once you start going down to League 1 and League 2, it gets a bit confusing to me. Seriously. But what I like to do, I like to catch up to these leagues and see who's doing well. Like Plymouth Argyle, Ipswich Town, Sheffield Wednesday. These teams are in the driver's seat to get promoted. While Barnsley a bit behind, Bolton not doing too bad, Derby County, they're League 1 these days. Got Wickham, who was in the championship recently, Peterborough, Bristol Rovers, Portsmouth, fall from grace, Shrewsbury, so on and so forth. We go down to the bottom. We see Morecambe, Burton, MK Dons. These teams are in trouble. Forest Green Rovers, Cambridge United. These teams are in trouble. Accrington Stanley. These are the teams in trouble right now, especially Morecambe, Burton, and MK Dons. So that's what's going on there in League 1. Stats, the players heating up in the league. Johnson, Clark, Harris. Isn't that guy that plays for Jamaica? Doesn't he play for Jamaica? I swear he plays for Jamaica. Ryan, doesn't he play for Jamaica? I swear he does play for Jamaica. Does he? Yep, he does play for Jamaica, man. Yeah, man. Johnson, Clark, Harris in the house. Jamaican reggae boy. So, yeah. Definitely familiar with this cat, and he is a top scorer in League 1. So 12 goals, Aaron Collins with 11, Bristol Rovers, Victor Adeboyeho, he has 10, Colby Bishop 9, Giovanni Brown with 9. Assist getters, Giovanni Brown with 9 goals and 8 assists, Exeter City. Look out for him getting a big move. That sounds like a Jamaica name too. Who does he play for? Giovanni Brown. Let's find out. Giovanni Brown. Let me see. Okay. You see what I'm telling you? Jamaica under 17, man. Why Jamaica can't get this guy to play for them? He's 28 years old. He's not going to make the English team. Why he never play for Jamaica? You see what I mean? This is the type of scouting Jamaica has to do and get these players integrated into their team, man. And you see, this is me going down a rabbit hole right now. And this is what this show is all about. Giovanni Brown, big up yourself, 9 goals, 8 assists. Ryan, what are your thoughts about this Giovanni Brown player? Are you familiar with him? Get him on your channel, man. Do an interview. But big up everybody in the house. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button. We'll be taking a look at all the leagues. And this is the format that we're going to do going forward. We're going to take a look at what's going on in all the leagues. We're going to look at games, you know what I mean, in terms of, we're not going to break down individual games for like every match, but we'll go through some matches. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I write down some games that I want to watch during the weekend. And I'll make sure I watch those games. Maybe one game from each of the top 4 leagues, top 5 leagues. So instead of watching 10 Premier League games and watching some games that doesn't really make any sense, I'll just watch the highlights. You see? And not waste my time watching the games because nobody cares, man. You see, I care. I like to be a nerd and watch all the games and come and talk about the games. But people don't care. People really don't care when Brighton play against like a Bournemouth or a Crystal Palace versus Southampton or Bournemouth. Nobody cares, man. Yeah, the Crystal Palace fans and the Bournemouth fans, but not the general public. You see what I mean? You see? So Steven says, Sidam, isn't it fun to watch outside the pre? Of course it is. Of course it is. I'm not saying it's not, but sometimes you have to reassess your strategy and just, the World Cup taught me that, man, because before the World Cup, sometimes you're not really motivated. You're not. Because, the thing is, Liverpool fans, I have a lot of Liverpool fans on the channel, but when they lose, the fact that Liverpool, they have not been doing well, when they lose, they hide. So the Liverpool fans don't show up for the, support the channel like they used to. They run and hide on the rocks and, in caves and all that stuff. But only when they win, they come out. You see, for example, they lost the Carabao Cup. We're going to get to the Carabao Cup, right? They lost the Carabao Cup to Man City. And not one Liverpool fan reached out to me and said, congrats, Dom. But if they had actually won that game, oh my God, you would have seen them in the comments. You would have seen them. You would have heard the things they were going to say to me. No. But once they lose, they run and hide. And Ryan know exactly what I'm talking about. But guys, smash up the thumbs up button. Let's keep it moving, man. So we got Aaron Collins. I'm pretty sure I run across that name. So Aaron Collins and this boy Jabrani Brown is heating up League One. Okay? Keep your eye on those names. Jabrani Brown is not super young, but he could get a move still. He could be a late bloomer. There's nothing wrong with being a late bloomer. You feel me? You got Leif Davis, Sam Numbe, and Corey O'Keefe, all with 6 assists. So you got Alfie Mawson. This is crazy, right? Alfie Mawson used to play for Swansea City. And I remember one time, this guy played the entire season without, like, all the games, 90 minutes every game. And he's ended up in League One with Wickham. Talk about a fall from grace, man. Wow. Anyways, man. So I don't want to go too much into a rabbit hole here, but Billy Bowden, he has 2 red cards. A little bit of an attitude problem there by Mr. Billy and Ryan Innes. So we move up to the championship. You know what I mean? Championship. Let's get the championship up. We're catching up, guys. Making sure we stay abreast with what's going on. And one thing I know is that Burnley, guys, they look like they're coming back up, man. I got to give it up to Vincent Company because these guys are playing some freaking attractive football. I did take a look at the game, Burnley, Manchester United in the Carabao Cup, and I've been seeing a little snippets here and there, and Vincent Company got these guys playing like baby Man City, I'm telling you. And there's a few Man City players in there on loan. They bought a few of them as well. And these guys look good. I'm telling you. This is not the Sean Dyche Burnley. Let's just put it that way. This is not the Sean Dyche Burnley with kick the ball up the field type football. That's not it. This is a whole new Burnley, new ownership, new management in Vincent Company. And these guys have only lost, I think, 3 games all season, 2 in the league, and that game against Manchester United. So Burnley doing the goddamn thing. So big up to DVB, who's saying the way it's looking, Dele Alli will be back there soon. Yeah, man. I saw that thing with him and Besiktas. The fans were booing him, and he got taken off after 30 minutes or so. Dele Alli should go play for one of these teams, man, in the championship. And work your way back up. It's crazy, man. Talk about the fall from grace. But guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with me on the late night tip, the catch up, the restart to club football. It's almost here, coming up in a few hours. But we got to take a little dive and see what's going on, a little preview. I won't be making any predictions today, but going forward, I'll put together a few predictions, just to name out some scores, Guys, what we could do, I could look at the injury list. I have an injury list as well. We could look at it and stay abreast with what's going on, but not really do no overkill. You feel me? Big up to Cesar. How are you doing, Cesar? Don't know if you're still here, but big up to you. Big up to Lego Dude. Big up Ryan. Appreciate you tuning in. But guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. Let's take a look at the championship here. So, spoke a little bit about Burnley there. Sheffield United also doing well. You got Blackburn Rovers. Could they make a comeback to the Premier League? Watford are also looking to make a comeback. Norwich City, QPR, Preston, Coventry, Birmingham, Millwall. These teams not doing too bad. You see what I mean? Sunderland deserves a shout. Luton Town, Middlesbrough, West Brom. Teams, decent performances this season, to say the least, right? But the teams that are really stealing the spotlight, guys, Burnley, Sheffield United. Look at the goal difference on these teams, right? Burnley with a plus 22 goal difference, scoring 46 goals, conceding 24. Also one of the best defenses in the league. Not the, well, I'm a bit, the defense is okay. You got better defenses, but 24 goals conceded, 20 conceded by Sheffield United. You could say Sheffield United got the best defense in the league and one of the best attacks in the league. So give it up to Sheffield United. Who's in charge of Sheffield United these days, you may ask? A 2-1 win over Wigan, a 1-0 win over Huddersfield there after the restart. And just to take a quick glimpse, we see John Egan, Billy Sharp, the usual suspects who are in the Premier League for 2 seasons. And in terms of the manager these days, I'm just catching up. I might know, but I'm just catching up. Oh, okay. Paul Heckingbottom is still in charge of this Heckin team. Give it up to Paul Heckingbottom. I didn't know he was still in charge, though. And guys, we're catching up, right? We're catching up. We're going down the rabbit hole here. Colo Torre is in charge of Wigan. I know he got a job somewhere, but I wasn't too sure. He's in charge of Wigan Athletic. Colo Torre. So give it up to Colo Torre, who might be joined by his brother Yaya Torre one day, who's coaching at Tottenham at the youth levels. But look, the championship is a nice league to watch, definitely. And give it up to James McAtee, Man City player over there on loan. He's doing well. This Ndiaye guy, of course. What's his name? I forgot his first name, but he was there playing for Senegal. He is very good as well. We saw that at the World Cup. So this team looks almost the same as it was in the Premier League, and I won't be surprised if they definitely get promoted back to the Premier League at all. So give it up to Sheffield United. If we take a look, right, a brief look at Burnley, guys. Let's take a look at the game against Middlesbrough here, right? This kid, I never heard about him before. I'm going to keep it real. Manuel Benson. He is a player that we got to keep an eye on. Manuel Benson, right? Let's get some more info on him. Born 1997. He's not very, very young, which means he's about 25 years old. But I never heard about him before. So maybe it has something to do. Oh, yeah, it definitely do. It has something to do with the Vincent Kompany move to Burnley. And it seems like he's a player that Vincent Kompany admired and brought over there. 20 matches, 7 goals. And I never heard about this kid before. And it seems like it's his best ever season. Because look at that. Royal Antwerp, 51 games, 5 goals. He played for Royal XM Muskron, 4 goals in 26 games. Genk, no goals. Liers, 9 goals in 68 appearances. Last season, on loan at PSC Zwolle, no goals. So he's enjoying the best time of his career. And because Belgium are like changing guard in terms of the national team, guys, you could see him in the Belgian national team in the future. He's played at the youth levels before. So this kid, Manuel Benson, is the real deal, man. telling you, a lot of pace. Definitely one to watch. Definitely one to watch. So big up to Steve who say, thanks for dropping a super chat again, Steve. Supporting the channel with your pockets, bro. Appreciate it. Christmas money. Dom, real quick, if you can go Google Dean Smith's comments about Norwich fans, would love your opinion on that absolutely dumb stuff that came out that guy's mouth. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that. Big up to Flynn in the house, man. Nice seeing you, Flynn. Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming through. You know what I mean? Definitely appreciate you coming through. And I want to start up my gaming channel again pretty soon so I could start, doing a little career mode, having some fun over there. So, all right. So Steve said to look up Dean Smith's comments on Norwich. Okay, so Dean Smith. All right, let's take a look at Dean Smith. Dean Smith, he was in charge of Aston Villa. We know that. And Dean Smith, okay, so Dean Smith is still in charge of Norwich. All right, so after he got sacked by Aston Villa, he, of course, went to Norwich, had a really good, I think it was a November. He had a good November. And then it was all downhill again. So, news, Dean Smith. Norwich boss wants togetherness with supporters. Is this the one you're talking about? Let's take a look at this. Is this? Let me see. Talk to me, Steve. Big up. Listen, big up the boy, Demo Dre. Bro, Demo Dre, I just actually bought FIFA 23. I paid $22 for it, bro. That was the only reason why I bought it, because it was only $22. See what I mean? I had a 70% coupon because, I have like PlayStation Plus. And you know what, Demo? I'm going to bring it back because there's going to be some nights. There's going to be some nights on the gaming channel, or who knows, I might even bring it over on the main channel sometimes. So you and I could go head to head, toe to toe, whoop that ass, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let me get you hyped up for that. Because I've been sharp, I've been still playing FIFA. Not because I've been gaming, I've been playing career mode. You know what I'm saying? Whoop that ass. Can't say I never warned you. But yeah, Steve, which comments are you talking about? That one about the togetherness thing? Let's take a look at this. First and foremost, what's going on in the championship in terms of Norwich? Let me go back to the championship real quick, right? Let me get some context here. So in terms of the standings, Norwich are 5th. They're not doing badly. So Dean Smith said, all right, Norwich head coach Dean Smith say he has no intention of trying to drive a wedge between himself and the fans. Sections of the Carrow crowd called for Smith to be sacked during a 2-0 home defeat to Blackburn. It's prompted him to suggest that some had been waiting for the team to struggle and the negative narrative had been set about their style of play. I felt some of the stick myself and the players, got was wrong, he said ahead of Saturday's game at Luton. We got booed after 12 minutes. It was disappointing to hear. Despite, man, I'm telling you, man, these boos, man, from being at the Liverpool game, guys. Oh, you don't have FIFA 23, bro? Come on. Yeah, you waiting, right? Yeah, check it out, bro. It's probably like $20. Check it out. So big up to the boy Miriam Osman in the house. So yeah. So being at Anfield and being amongst the Liverpool fans, when you hear these boos ring out, oh my God. You do not want to be the recipient of the boos and the insults. You're gonna hear that. When you have I don't know how many people fit in a cup, right? What's the capacity of the cup? The cup. Let me look that up real quick. Cup and capacity. I just want to look this up real quick. So 12,000 people. Okay? The cup end. 12,000 people. When you amongst 12,000 people, when I look back like this, And I look up and I see 12,000 Liverpool fans behind me booing Manchester City. I feel crushed. I feel crushed. I'm telling you. 12,000. I feel crushed, bro. You see what I mean? And when the whole crowd is doing it, best believe, man, you lose your confidence. It's hard to pick yourself up after that. So despite the result against Blackburn, excuse me there, Norwich are fifth in the championship at halfway point of the season and in contention to make an immediate return to the Premier League following relegation in 2022. Dean Smith said, my intent wasn't to have a go and build a wedge between myself and our fans because I've always spoken about creating a togetherness, said Smith. At home, we haven't been good enough over the last 4 or 5 games. We haven't got points we deserve and probably haven't performed as well as we should have. Away from home, I think we've been really good. We've got some really good results. It was a tough way to do it at Swansea, but before that, we had Blackpool, Rotherham, Birmingham, Sunderland, where our support has been magnificent. And we need that togetherness to get what ultimately we want, a successful team. He continued, I believe we can build a team that is capable of getting promoted, but also staying in the Premier League. But we need to build that together. I understand the frustrations of our supporters because they want to see free-flowing football just as I do. I've done that before at other clubs and left other clubs in healthier states than I found them, and my job here is to do exactly the same. So Smith was appointed by Norwich in November 2021 following the sacking of Daniel Farker, but was unable to save them from relegation from the top flight. The 51-year-old said he believed he did not have enough credit in the bank yet with some of the supporters because he had not kept them in the Premier League, which is a good point, right? It was tough when I took over. I think I'd be up there with Pep Guardiola if we had stayed up last season. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. That I don't know about. That I don't know about, bro. Wrong comparison. Not Pep. I definitely understand the frustrations of the fans, but to think I'm not committed to this football club, they couldn't be more wrong. I'm living down here. My family come to all the games, and it's not nice for them to hear what they heard the other day. Smith rules out any drastic change of approach in response to the criticism he received. So let me just finish this off. I'm consistent in my approach in the way I do things. I've never been one to be too high or too low. I don't think players need to see that. They need to see we are consistently developing the place and consistently developing the place and developing them, helping them to become better players, and that's the way forward. Former Canaries boss Martin O'Neill last week stated a belief that Smith can lead them back to the top flight, and he also received support from Rob Edwards, head coach of the Boxing Day opponents Luton Town. I've got a lot of respect for Dean Smith and everything he has done in the game, Edwards told BBC Three Counties Radio. So that's pretty much it. And just to go back to Steve's original comment here, Steve said, now real quick, if you can Google Smith's comments about the Norwich fans, would love your opinion on that. Absolutely dumb stuff came out of that guy's mouth. So Steve, what are you saying? What are you saying? Dumb stuff came out of the only, for real, to be honest, the only dumb stuff that came out of his mouth was the Pep Guardiola comparison. All right, so let me see. Steve said, and they referring to his own club. He's currently managers. Not a good look for him. The thing is, right, you never want to get into anything with the fans. You don't want to get into anything with the fans. You see how powerful fans could be. Fans could get a whole club to change ownership. Managers, you gone. But I don't think, Dean Smith is being treated properly by the fans. In my opinion, he's done pretty good. He couldn't keep Norwich up last season, guys. He couldn't. Norwich was doing way too badly. And he had a good month, and then it was downhill. He couldn't help. He couldn't help, right? I understand that. The fans are demanding a bit too much. But when you go back to Norwich in the championship, they're a very, very good team. That's the thing. They're a very good team in the championship. So maybe you could understand where they're coming from. But Norwich are still in the top 6. So they could get promoted. So I think the fans have to just get behind the team, show some faith in the manager, and hope for the best. You see? But yeah, the only dumb thing I think he said was when he mentioned Pep Guardiola. But let's take a look at the Burnley team really quick. Former Man City goalkeeper Arimani Muric. He does play for, I think he plays for Kosovo, if I'm not mistaken. And you got players from last season in Connor Roberts, the Welsh international, Taylor Harwood-Bellis over there on loan from Man City. Ian Matson, a young Chelsea player over there as well. This Bayer guy, I don't know him. Josh Cullen, Jack Hawk, veteran Jack Hawk, Goodmanson, Josh Brownhill. All these guys came down with Burnley. Jay Rodriguez, we know. But this Manuel Benson guy's a new addition. And, Matson, Harwood-Bellis, Muric, and these guys have definitely transformed this team. Another Man City player on loan, Zach Steffen. I heard he's not doing too well at Middlesbrough, but maybe he's doing okay. Riley McGree, Chuba Akpom, Marcus Fours. I like the championship, Don't get me wrong, but it's just that I don't have the time to be watching the championship like I would actually want to. So you go to the bench here. You see this Darko Cherlinov guy. Saw him come on the other day against Manchester United. Burnley got a nice little team here, man. I ain't going to lie. And there's a few other players that I'm probably missing, but they got a nice little team. So we should see Burnley back in the Premier League next year where their budget would help them attract more players, more quality players for them to attempt to stay in the league like they had a nice little run under Sean Dyche. So with that being said, guys, we're just going to go back here and we're just going to continue just taking a look at the championship real quick. I know I'm spending a lot of time on these, but this is the warm-up, guys. This is just the warm-up, okay? This is the warm-up. So we look at these other clubs in the mid-table. Swansea, Millwall, Reading, Sunderland, Middlesbrough, 14th. Just talked about them. Luton Town, West Brom, down towards more the bottom end. Stoke City, Bristol City, Rotherham, Cardiff, 20th. And the teams in trouble, Huddersfield, wow. Wigan, wow. Okay, Colo Torre, Blackpool, and Hull. These teams are in trouble. Stats, guys. Victor Gyökeres, 10 goals. Ben Brereton Diaz, 9 goals. He should get a move in the future. Chuba Akpom, former Liverpool man, with 9. Iliman Ndiaye, the Senegalese international, ripping it up in the championship. Jay Rodriguez, Jerry Yates, Josh Sargent. Overrated Sargent, I should say. Oli McBurney, Scott Hogan, Zian Fleming. Then assists, the creators, Ilyas Chair, Moroccan, Jack Clark, Daniel Basale, Baleza, however you say his name, Ken Simmer, Sauber Thomas, and Stefan Johansson. So that's what's going on in the championship, guys. And before we get on to the Premier League, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a quick look at what happened in the Carabao Cup. I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do an entire live stream on the Carabao Cup, guys, but I didn't get around. Didn't get around to it, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling good during the week, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to just put this off until the weekend. So here I am on Christmas Day, catching up, doing basically the restart. Ready, set, go. Club football is back after the World Cup. And I like to take the time to thank each and every one of you guys who support the channel during the World Cup, man, because that was a hell of a tournament. And to cover that tournament from, when was it? From like, say, November 20th to December 18th. Oh, man, that was a hell of a ride, guys. A hell of a ride. A lot of content, 64 previews, right? And about the similar, let's say 64 previews, 60 reviews, right? And a bunch of videos in between. World Cup Digest. I probably did 150 videos during that whole month. You see? 150. So all week, I drop one video. This is the second video I'm dropping for the week, and I don't feel bad about it. I need the break. You see what I'm saying? Some guys will some guys were back at club football as soon as Monday hit. Last Monday, after the World Cup final, guys were back at it. I'm like, you could have waited. Could give yourself a break. Give yourself a freaking break, man. You see, you're going to drive yourself crazy. But anyways, still recovering. World Cup fever, withdrawals. And we're taking a look at a Carabao Cup, guys. So big up to Clinical, big up to Marcel in the house, big up to Miran, Steve in the house. Appreciate you, Steve. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to each and everybody in the house. Appreciate you guys joining. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. We got a lot more to talk about. We got to talk about the Serie, La Liga, Liga. And we're going to do it just the way we're doing the championship, League One, League Two, the Premier League, similar style. That's the way we're going to do things, right? So smash up the thumbs up button. Let's do this, man. This is the new format going forward. Just switching things up a bit, making things a bit more interesting, making things a bit more attractive for more people. So if you like the Serie, you could come in and join the discussion. If you like La Liga, you could come in and join because I'll be taking a look at all them other leagues. That's what I wanted to do all along, but because I was so focused on Premier League and getting in the nitty-gritty, at the end of it, I didn't have enough time to do what I really wanted to do. So I'm going to do what I want to do. You see what I'm saying? And I know this is what the people are going to like and enjoy as well. I think what I was doing was a bit selfish. Seriously. I think it was a bit selfish. Me taking 10, 12 minutes to talk about Bournemouth versus Brighton. You see what I'm saying? A little selfish. A little selfish. So Steve is saying, Dom, later in the show, could you rank Newcastle's chances of finishing top 10? Carabao Cup? Definitely, bro. Definitely. You got to remind me. Let me highlight that. Let me highlight that and save that for a bit later. All right? I'm going to check that out a bit later. And if you guys have any good points, I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to revisit them a bit later. Big up to Dungeon in the house. Clinical again. Merry Christmas to you guys. To you and your family. Happy New Year. Carabao Cup, 4th round. And what we're going to do, guys, is my reaction to the quarterfinal draw because I don't know who's playing who in the quarterfinals, okay? I really don't. So, as a matter of fact, let's do the quarterfinal draw reaction before I click one of these things and there's a giveaway. No, you know what? Let's not do it yet. Let's not do it yet. Let's not do it yet. So let me not look down. Let me not scroll down. I didn't look down. Wolves 2, Gillingham 0. Let's take a look at the scores. Raul Jimenez, 77th minute penalty. Ryan 8, Nori, 91st minute. I did watch the highlights for this one. Pretty good goal scored by Ryan 8, Nori, though. Wolves need to have a pick-me-up because they're not doing well in the Premier League. But to get into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup would indeed give them that much-needed boost they need. I know I use need a lot, but they need that boost. They need that confidence there. So we're not going to look too much at, too many things. We're going to take too long. But domination, 80% possession, 25 shots on goal. This was a one-sided affair, and Wolves picked up the victory. And if you guys don't know, look who's in charge of Wolves. Julen Lopetegui. The former Sevilla man, the former Real Madrid manager, the former Spain manager, the boy Julen Lopetegui. All right, so let's see how Wolves fare in the second half of the season. They move into the quarters. Let's go. Southampton 2, Lincoln City 1. And before I forget anything, Samuel Edozie had one of the worst misses you could ever see. I don't know how he missed it, but he was absolutely fantastic in that game. Some of the dribbling, oh my God. You could see why Southampton paid big money for these Man City youngsters, though. So look here. Che Adams with both goals, 25th, 74th. He did miss a big chance or two as well, but Southampton, they were pretty dominant. Gavin Bazunu with an own goal there. Quite unfortunate. as Lincoln did open the scoring, but the Saints bounced back to win the game 2-1 to go into the quarterfinals. Guys, the lineup, and what's important about the lineup, it's Southampton. They do have a new manager, if you don't remember, and that's Nathan Jones. I swore his name was Nigel. Listen, you sure your name not Nigel, bro? But he's Nathan Jones, and he was formerly of, I think he was in charge of Luton Town. He was there, he left, and he came back, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just take a quick look here. So he was at Luton Town. Yep. So he was at Luton before. Then he went to Stoke, didn't work out, came back to Luton, and Southampton picked him up after firing Ralph Hasenhüttl. Remember, it's the restart. We're going to do a bit of recap. We're catching up to what's going on, right? The World Cup came, it's gone, but it took up a lot of our attention, and it took up a lot of my brain and my memory, and I can't remember a lot of things that happened before the World Cup. I swear to God, I can't remember a lot of things. Ask me how many games Man City's lost so far this season and who he lost to. I swear it'll take me a long time to remember, because the World Cup, it took up a lot of my time and my brain as I'm explaining to you right now, though. But look, Southampton, they do have a lot of potential in that team, but they need to tap that potential and have these players, playing to their ability. Because look at that, Sekumara, Musa Genepo, Samuel Adozi. These guys are talented guys. You see what I mean? These guys are talented, but they're in trouble. We know they're in trouble in terms of the Premier League. So let's see if Nathan Jones could, wiggle them out of that and help them stay up. So let's keep it going. Carabao Cup recap, guys. We got Serie to come, La Liga to catch up on, Bundesliga, and so on and so forth. Let's take a look. Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 0. Adam Smith, 67th minute. I did watch this highlights. Bournemouth did get their chances, a few, but mostly dominant game by Newcastle United, of course. So Newcastle move into the quarterfinals, and the Newcastle fans are bullish on their chances of actually going on to win this competition. And some are even saying that they would rather win this than qualify for the Champions League. Like this would do. You see what I'm saying? But I think it'll be better if Newcastle qualifies for the Champions League, though. Forget about the Carabao Cup. Qualify for the Champions League. That's a bigger statement. That's more progress, if you ask me. So take a look at the lineup real quick for Newcastle. Usual suspects. Big up to Sean Longstaff. Was it Steve I was arguing about? And I told him that Longstaff is a very important player of this team. And I think, was it you, Steve, I was telling me, no, he's not. He's crap. No, boy. No. Longstaff. Remember, I'm telling you this. But I think it's Alan Maximan is back. That's a very good sign. John Shelby, of course. That World Cup break, allowed a lot of teams to really get their players back in good shape and fit again, So very good to see a lot of these players back and raring to go. So hard luck to Bournemouth, but they bow out of the competition, and Newcastle move on. So, guys, remember, Bournemouth, Gary O'Neill is in charge. Gary O'Neill, right? He's interim manager. I don't know if they made him permanent. Let's take a look and see if he's permanent in charge of Bournemouth. Yes, he is. So he's now the permanent manager of Bournemouth, Gary O'Neill. And he took over from, that was Scott Parker, right? Scott Parker, who got sacked very early this season. They got a 9-0 job into Liverpool. They bounced back very well with Gary O'Neill doing well. So, guys, if you had asked me, let me tell you this. If you had asked me this earlier in the day, who's in charge of this team, I would tell you, I don't know. Dom, who's in charge of Bournemouth right now? If I tell you I knew, I'd be a liar. I'll be a big liar because I don't remember. Seriously. When you're so indulged in a tournament like the World Cup and that's all you're thinking about, you don't remember these things. You really don't, because he wasn't the manager. He was an interim. So, let's continue. Congrats to Newcastle. MK Dons 0, Leicester City 3. Yuri Tillemans, Ayoze Perez, Jamie Vardy in the 50th minute. Pretty one-sided game as Leicester romped to a comfortable victory and move on to the quarters. Look at that. Very one-sided game. An easy peasy lemon squeezy for Brendan Rodgers and his boys. I do remember that Brendan Rodgers is involved in charge of Leicester, because that's in my my permanent memory bank. So Charlton 0, Brighton 0. Charlton winning on penalties. Moises Caicedo did have his penalty save there in that game. And that I only saw a little mini piece of the penalty shootout in terms of the highlights. So that is one thing that stood out. But well done to Charlton on getting that victory on penalties. I don't know who they're playing in the quarterfinals. I'm hoping it's Manchester City. That'll be nice. But we're going to move on from that, though. But let's take a quick look at who's in charge of Charlton and so on and so forth. So Anthony Hayes, okay. Not a manager that I do know. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know who that player is. Manager is, pardon me. But Roberto De Zerbi, the Italian, took charge of Brighton after Graham Potter moved on to supposedly greener pastures in Chelsea. If you ask me, Graham Potter, you should have stayed your ass where you were, bro. In hindsight, you should have stayed where you were. Just going to keep it real. You should have waited until Pep left Manchester City and you would be in charge of City. By then, your hair would have become a little bit bald and you would have been the new Pep Guardiola. But you want to go to Chelsea? Go ahead. Go ahead, man. You see? Things ain't look so rosy. But Nottingham Forest with a big win over Blackburn Rovers, 4-1 in this game. Brennan Johnson, penalty in the 13th minute. Scott Wharton in the 44th. But Forest bounced back in the second half to take the lead again. Jesse Lingard, first goal this season for Forest. Wow. Taiwo Owani, I think that was his third goal this season. Congrats to him. He's been amongst the goals. I might be wrong with the goal tally. And then Brennan Johnson again in extra time. 4-1 victory, big win for Nottingham Forest. And guys, who's in charge of Nottingham Forest? And that's Steve Cooper. I do know that. Steve Cooper. John Dahl Thomason, the former Dane, the Dane International, former Dane International in charge of Blackburn Rovers there. I didn't know that. So, all right, I don't want to scroll down to the quarterfinal yet. I'm doing a bit of a reaction to the draw. And Man United 2, Burnley 0. I have to say, Man United, they played well in this game. I'm not going to lie. Not because I do not like Man United. They're my rivals. But I give credit when credit's due. They played well. Good goal by Christian Eriksen, set up by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And that Marcus Rashford goal was nasty. That was literally one of the nastiest goals you would see. The way he took the ball and carried the ball from deep in his own half and all the way up, he ran through and skipped through a couple defenders and smashed it in the back of the net. Brilliant stuff by Marcus Rashford. I'm happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Definitely happy for him. He's been at Man United, well, part of the first team for 6 years now, guys. 6 years. So, come on, Marcus. Come on, you got to be more consistent, and he's definitely been a lot more consistent this season. So we move. Last game, baby. Yeah. Finally get to celebrate. Yeah, baby. Yeah. 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 That felt good. That felt good, baby. That felt good. Take that. That's what I'm talking about, man. It was a good game, though. It was a good game. But I have to say, Darwin Núñez, man. Oh, my God, bro. I want to take this time to thank Darwin Núñez from the bottom of my heart. This dude had about 5 chances to score and just kept kicking the ball wide. God damn, Darwin. Like, come on. Like, come on. I was like, that was close. But thank you very much, Darwin Nunez. Because Liverpool could have won this game. They could have, right? Give it up to Michael Talks Football, bro. Merry Christmas. You and the fam. Yeah, I did have fun. And same to you, bro. Same to you. Mike, I saw that you went on vacation. I don't know if you're still on vacation. I don't know where you went, but I saw that you were complaining about the cold in Finland. Yeah, bro. Over here right now, Steve, you must be experiencing some real cold because you're in the Northeast. Bro, yesterday, oh my God, yesterday was on a whole nother level. Big up to the boy Ankit in the house too, bro. Ankit, I saw you, but I was a little caught up in terms of my celebration there. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you, Ankit, all the way over in India. Ankit, where you at? Are you in Mumbai or Bangalore? Where you at? I can't remember. Where you at, Ankit? Well, big up to Ankit. Big up to DeAndre Small in the house as well. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. Oh, you in Colorado? Okay, you came to America again. Okay. Yeah, there was a snowstorm, man. How was the snowstorm over there, Mike? I think there was a snowstorm in Colorado, passing over the northern part of America, and across the north, the Great Lakes and the north. We didn't get no snow, but yeah, it must be a lot of snow over there right about now. The Midwest, I think, got some snow, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. It was negative 25 2 days ago. Oh my God. Well, yeah, we don't really do Celsius though, but it's still cold. It is still cold. It is in the negative still. Oh, you in Bangalore? Okay. Travel between Pune last couple of years. All right. Hopefully visit Toronto. Ankit, you and I haven't had a talk in a while, but we got to have a talk. You know what I'm saying? We got to have a talk, Ankit. But big up everybody. Late night stream. Make sure you guys smash up the blood clean thumbs up button. We're delving into a lot of things today. And we're in the EFL Cup. We already touched on 3 leagues. We touched League 2, League 1, the Championship. And now we're talking about the Carabao Cup. So let's not delay things too much. I'm not going to rub it in. I just want to mention that Darwin Nunez was goddamn awful. And he's had more bad days than good days in a Liverpool jersey, right? And I'm telling you, I saw Darwin Nunez live in the flesh. That 1-0 win that Liverpool picked up over City at Anfield, Darwin Nunez had many opportunities, same like on this day, to score. But he makes some poor decisions. And I think most of the times, the decision making is he should pass, but he shoots. That's the thing. Whenever he should pass, he shoots. And whenever he should shoot, he definitely passes. So he's in 2 minds. Don't know why. Really don't know why. But that's Darwin Nunez for you. But maybe the price tag. Darwin Nunez is a player that I really liked at Benfica. If you guys go back and check the Champions League videos, when I talk about Darwin Nunez, I always had good things to say about him. You see what I mean? But I don't know. Since he went to Liverpool, he just seemed like a different type of player. I don't know what it is. Maybe he feel like he's achieved. You see what I mean? Like he reached. Like, yeah, I reached. And you know when you have that mentality like you think you reach and you ain't reached nowhere yet? That's what's going on with Darwin Nunez. He got to settle down, man. If he settles down and just slow things down a bit, he's going to score a lot more goals. Bro, great point. Ankit is saying, but the first goal was down to Nunez's run. It reminds me of Werner in a strange way. Look, Nunez did some good things in this game. I'm not going to say he didn't do some good things in the game, right? I think the Salah goal, he was involved in the Salah goal, right? Can't remember these things. But Darwin Nunez needs to settle down. He does remind me of Timo Werner in a lot of ways too, because it's the same thing. Timo Werner came to the Premier League with a lot of promise and totally flopped. And when compared to what Erling Haaland has done so far, Darwin Núñez is looking rather lackluster, I have to say. Yeah, so yeah, I did remember that assist to Salah. So, and that's the thing. That was good decision making. He passed the ball, Salah, he put it in. You know what I'm saying? But this was a good game. This was an end-to-end game. Haaland scoring. De Bruyne was on fire. A lot of opportunities, not taken. But at the same time, I have to say Liverpool responded well every time, because after Haaland scored that really good goal, poor defending by Joe Gomez, I got to say. And he saw how much Van Dijk was missed in that Liverpool team. Fabio Carvalho, who was having a torrid time up until then. Liverpool's midfield was getting outplayed big time with Bajcetic and Fabio Carvalho in the middle. Right? And then Fabio Carvalho got that goal because of Joel Matip's run forward. Give it up to Joel Matip. He made that happen. And that was a very soft goal. And I have to criticize Ortega a bit, who the last time I saw him, I can't remember which game it was, but Ortega was unbeatable. It's like you can't score against him. But on the day, it was like these little tap-ins, these little side foot shots just trickled past Ortega, who I think was out of position many times. And I don't know if he's getting into this Edison mold now, but that game, I think it was in the Champions League, it was thou shalt not pass. I was convinced that Ortega should be our number one goalkeeper, but I don't know about that anymore. Seriously, I really don't. After watching this game, I don't know about that, because both the Carvalho and the Salah goals, if he was like positioned well on his line, he would have been able to make those saves, because those shots didn't pack any venom. But because he was way off his line, it was easy to put those past him. You see what I mean? But, that Mahrez goal was, oh my God, man. Oh, man, that Mahrez goal was stupid. And that Nathan Ake goal, oh, my, listen, man. Kevin De Bruyne for Belgium at the World Cup, not so good. He had moments, but for Manchester City, you got to judge Kevin De Bruyne for what he does with City and not with Belgium. You see what I mean? Because he is a different beast when it comes to, what he does at Manchester City, man. Different beast. So, check the lineups for the team really quick. Stefan Ortega in goal. Oh, listen, a player I got to talk about real quick before we move on to the reaction, to the draw, and then we talk a bit of Premier League. Real quick, nothing crazy. We're just going to go through the matches. We're not going to talk too crazy, but we need some results first. Remember, we're just coming back from the World Cup. I'm not going to go too crazy and go too deep into any rabbit holes right now when it comes to the Premier League, right? We're just doing a catch-up. Rico Lewis. Oh, my God. Rico Lewis. Isn't he only 17? This is another gem. We found another gem. I saw this kid for the first time in preseason, and I was like, wow, who the hell is he? Right back, he goes into the midfield. He drifts into the midfield. A lot of pace. Of course, he's young. But God damn. Wow. And while I'm shouting out players, though, I got to give a big shout out to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because when he did come on, he was involved in that goal. Darwin Núñez, linking up with Salah and everything. So give it up to Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back from injury. But just to go through the lineup, man. Laporte looking a bit rusty, I got to say, in the face, and it's looking a bit all over the place. Manuel Akanji seems like he's Pep's favorite defender now. Nathan Ake had a solid game. Kept Salah a bit quiet over there. Kevin De Bruyne, man, player of the match. Gundogan on fire. Had a couple opportunities, could have scored, but it just shows how much of an important player this, Gundogan is to our team. Raji was massive on the day, got into a fight, You know what I'm saying? With Fabinho and all. Gundogan came and shoved Fabinho to the ground. This was a feisty game. This was a feisty game. Mahrez, man. Look, Mahrez, Haaland, and Cole Palmer, they weren't at the World Cup, and these guys were buzzing on the day. Haaland hungry. Could have scored more, but sometimes, you know, not on the same wavelength with some of the players. But Mahrez, oh man, that goal he scored, a first touch and cut back on the left. Ooh, that was exquisite. And Cole Palmer had opportunities to scuffed it. He's too left-footed, man. Way too left-foot bias for me. Same like Mahrez. Same Haaland too. All these players are so one-footed. It's so crazy. Kevin De Bruyne, two-footed as we know, but you need a little versatility, man. You gotta hit them with the left, hit them with the right sometimes. We go to the Liverpool team, and look, man. Look, Liverpool struggled to get into the game a bit, but got the goal and then created a lot of opportunities. But I think we did well to keep Salah very, very quiet. But you could see this Liverpool team look like a team that was pretty disjointed, a team that does not play a lot together. Milner had to go off injured. This is not the ideal Liverpool team. We know that. Fabinho came on to add some impetus. Jordan Henderson. Liverpool created their chances, but I think the problem for Liverpool on the day was not finishing their chances. Darwin Núñez is the culprit. Not taking your chances, not finishing your chances. He was missing so much on the day, he even missed trying to push Gundogan. After Gundogan had pushed Fabinho to the ground, Darwin Núñez tried to push Gundogan and missed. That's how much he was missing on the day. Very, very feisty affair, guys. And I'm telling you, you guys know I went to England to watch this game. And this freaking game is a game that you can't take your eye off. It's just non-stop intensity. Non-stop. So, look, it felt good to win it. At the end of the day, I can't say I wasn't feeling sometimes when Liverpool equalized. I was going to be like, oh, boy, here we go again. This game's going to go to penalties. Kelleher is going to come up and be the hero again. And then I have to go talk about Liverpool winning and we getting knocked out of the damn Carabao Cup. So the holders of the Carabao Cup, Liverpool, are now knocked out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Reds. See you next year. See you in the FA Cup. But it was a good feeling to get back to, you know, winning ways after losing that last game before the World Cup to freaking Brentford. So it felt good. It felt good. And Pep Guardiola, guys, signed a freaking contract extension to 2025. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? 2025 Pep. My boy Pep. My boy, like, the thing is, right, and I'm not afraid to say this. I've not been a Man City fan for a very, very long time. Right? I have 2017. I'm not going to pretend I was a City fan for 15 years, for 10 years, for 25 years. No, I wasn't. Pep Guardiola is all I know. Okay? He's all I know. And it will be strange when he leaves. He's all I know. I'm going to keep it real. No need to cap, no need to lie here. Pep is all I know, and I'm thrilled that he will be staying in charge of the team until 2025. Just want to put it out there, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to put that out there right now. Big up to the boy, Pep. See what I mean? Big up to Angel Reyes. Steve is saying Man City Academy is world-class, straight up. Develops talent 24/7, 365. We'll be talking about another random Man City youngster about how impressive he looks in a month. Guarantee it. Nat Phillips. Big up to Demo. Yeah, Nat Phillips did come on and, you know, stopped a few attacks and things like that. You know what I mean? But he does not get enough game time, though. Definitely does not get enough game time. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the game. You know, of course, Thiago Alcantara played and he didn't do a goddamn thing, really. Wasn't at the World Cup. Didn't do anything special. A couple no-look passes. Nothing special. didn't assist anything, didn't score any goals, really does not contribute anything to the team, in my opinion. And I know I'm going to piss off a lot of Liverpool fans saying this, but he doesn't do a goddamn thing. I just want to put it out there. Nothing. And don't argue with me. He does nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. He offers nothing. Yeah, now Dom's talking a bit of crap right now. You know what I'm saying? Now Dom's talking a bit of crap, right? King Hunter is saying, just woke up briefly. Hi to Dom, the glory hunter. Bro, never, bro, never. When I saw, bro, I'm telling you this, right? I'm telling you this. I didn't have a team. I didn't have a team. I didn't have a team. I was flirting with supporting Real Madrid before, right? And I was like, nah, I don't speak no Spanish. No hablo español. I don't speak no Spanish. I don't have no La Liga on the TV either. How am I going to watch La Liga? Nah. Can't. Mm-mm. And then I was watching City. Early 2017-18 season. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching here? This is absolutely magnificent. This is brilliant. And not like I've never seen Man City play before, right? But I was like, God damn. It was like the calling. It was like the calling. And I'm like, this is my team right there. This is my team. And there's been no looking back ever since. No looking back. And you guys know I'm no glory hunter. You know I'm for real. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love City from the bottom of my heart, deep within my soul. But guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button though. Look, off the bench, you had Stones, Grealish, Bernardo, Foden. Oh, what a bench to pick from, man. What a bench. Naby Keita, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, Oxley, Chamberlain, Nat Phillips came on for Liverpool as the board of the Carabao Cup, and City move on. With that being said, guys, what are we going to do? Let's take a look at the EFL Cup quarterfinal draw right now. Quarterfinal draw. So King Huddle is saying, would you have chosen City 15 to 20 years ago? I rest my case. King Huddle, I understand what you're trying to say. Let me talk to you. Let me clear my nose. Still recovering from a cold here. Okay? Let me talk to you. I'm talking to you. Man to man. Face to face. You. Everyone's watching. Everyone's a witness. I'm talking to you. How many times have you tuned in to YouTube and someone said this to you that they're talking directly to you live? Okay? King Huddle, wherever you are in the world right now, laying in your bed, I'm talking to you. If 15 to 20 years ago, I had tuned in to a game and Man City were playing and they played well enough and I didn't have a team and they impressed me, yes, that would have been my team. That would have been my team. You see what I mean? I didn't have a team. I was just a person who, I like World Cup. I tune in when the World Cup is going on. Bam. And then I'm gone. You see what I mean? World Cups. That was my thing. 98 to 2022. I've been watching the World Cup. Club football, I got into a bit late. I got into when I went out to live on my own. Started recording Champions League games, Premier League games on my DVR. I had just got cable TV. So I was recording games, watching Champions League, all the games when I come home. You see what I mean? When I come home from work, I'm in the house alone. I'm watching Champions League replays. So I didn't really have a team. You see what I mean? I remember Frank Lampard went on loan to Man City. I remember watching those games. But I have not been a big like club football fan for a very, very long time. I would have to say like avidly for like the last 10 years. Before that, not really. I'm going to keep it 100%. Not really. And there's nothing wrong with that. You see what I mean? There ain't nothing wrong with that. But in terms of picking a club to support, I didn't have one. And my first true club, the club that I said this is really my Man City. Man City. As I said, I flirted a bit with Real Madrid. I was like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. But Man City is just the club that, every season I make sure I get a jersey just because I like jerseys, but I just want to get a City jersey for every season to just, represent the journey of following this football club. And not like when I chose City, I was like, you know what? Let me look into the history. I didn't look into no history. I didn't look into no takeover. I didn't know. I really didn't know City got takeover. I didn't know that. It's afterwards people keep. I'm like, okay. But anyways, the thing is, right? And the thing is, King Harold said, okay, Dom, if the owners pull the plug tomorrow and you end up in League One, 3 years' time, what happens then? Man City. Crazy? Are you kidding me? Bro? I'm not that type of person. That's not me. I'ma still be a City fan. We go into League 4. Well, League 4, the fourth tier. The fourth tier, City. I'm gonna let you know, and that's what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna go and support a French team or support a Spanish team. No, City. If we get relegated next season, I'ma be there. It's that simple. It is that simple. And the crazy thing is, all the people who are criticizing the Man City supporters about being an oil club and all of that, look at them now. They're going to be oil clubs soon. All of these clubs are being linked with Qatari owners, Emirati owners, Saudi Arabian owners. You see what I'm saying? You see? And shout outs to my Newcastle fans out there. You see what I mean? Because Newcastle fans right now, they're owned by Saudi Arabia, and Newcastle fans are in a good mood right now. You see what I mean? But they're an oil club too. So you got Newcastle joining in. You have Man City already. Who's going to be the next oil club? United? Liverpool? You see? It is what it is. But Steve, thanks again. He said, don't need to justify being a Man City fan. Man flew to England and saw them in the flesh, spent God knows how much on the flight tickets. Exactly. King Huddle, what more proof do you need? What more? By the way, where's my Man City beanie, though? Where's my beanie? I don't know where my beanie is. My fresh Man City beanie. I should be wearing it. But yeah, flew to England, went to the game, give you a tour of the Etihad outside. I saw all the freaking statues, went to the store. I went to freaking Stockport. I was in Stockport. I drink the water. Saw the countryside. Saw the stadium, saw a match, saw Pep, saw Haaland, saw De Bruyne, saw all of them. What else do I need to do to justify? I'm a true fan. Anyways, you were in Liverpool, and that invalidates the whole trip. I was with a Liverpool friend, that's why. And big up to my Liverpool friend, big up to Qatar. You know what I'm saying? I drove to Liverpool from Stockport, went to his house. His wife, his daughters were there. Really nice family. He fed me, give me something to drink. I was sipping a beer. I was eating some food. We went to the game, went back. More food again. So give it up to Qatar, man. The hospitality was absolutely off the chain. Got into the game. It was pretty smooth process, man. You know what I mean? I didn't have to spend a dime on the game. This is a great thing. And I got a great experience. I think experiencing the game in the cup, for me, for what I do, was better than if I was amongst the City fans. I'm going to say this because I get to have an experience that many, millions of Liverpool fans never got. Millions of Liverpool fans never went to the cup and hear the thunderous roars and the cheers and the boos and the ahs and the oohs in the back of them. I was right up in the front. Many Liverpool fans didn't get to experience that. So I'm happy that I got to experience it like that. And no regrets here. No regrets. But DVB is saying that's how I am with Barca. I fall in love with the club since Dino, and the Barca gave me the love of the sport. Indeed, man, that's how it is. You know, big up to BX. Sometimes you gotta tell a Spurs fan to shut the fuck up. Indeed, I like that. I like that, man. I like that. I like that. But big up to Steve, big up to King Hardo, big up DVB and Hello Ray. I said everybody in here, guys, smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're doing well. And we ain't done yet. We got a long way to go. You see what I mean? I ain't got work in the morning. I am going to work on Tuesday to do an extra day to make some extra money. You know what I mean? The bills, very relentless. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know what I mean? You know, just got to work, man. You just got to get up and go out and make that money. So Tuesday, I'll be back at work. I'm usually off, but you have to make a few sacrifices if you want to achieve some things. So what we're going to do, right? What we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the Carabao Cup quarterfinal draw, and then we're going to move into the Premier League matches that's coming up. We're just going to do a quick recap of the table. We ain't going to spend super long, guys. We're going to recap the table. We're going to recap the stats, goal scoring and assist and these things, and then we're going to move into the other leagues. Okay, guys? So let's take a look at the draw. I don't know who's playing who. I think I saw one matchup, Leicester City versus somebody, but here goes nothing. I do not know who Man City is playing in the Carabao Cup quarterfinal. Man United versus Charlton. Oh, we got Southampton. January 10th, 3 days after my birthday, we play Southampton. So Man United got Charlton. They got lucky. And we got Southampton. It'll be an interesting games for guys like Bazunu and Edozie. Damn, we got Southampton. I think we'll be able to manage Southampton, though. I think we'll manage them. Not a bad draw at all. But there's two more draws. So let me see what's going on here. All right, who did Newcastle get? Newcastle, Leicester, and Wolves versus Forest. I think that's a derby, right? A Midlands derby of some sort. I don't know my English geography like that, but I do know Newcastle is the northernmost club in England, and Southampton, I think, is the southernmost. No, I think it's like Portsmouth, maybe. But in terms of the Premier League, it's Newcastle and Southampton or Brighton, one of them. Bournemouth, those teams are down in the south. Newcastle, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Everton, they're up north. So yeah, pretty. I know that. But in the Midlands, you have teams like Leicester, Forest, and Wolves. So that's the Carabao Cup quarterfinal draw reaction. We could have Man United, Man City semifinals, like I think we had a couple years ago. Newcastle would meet one of Forest or Wolves, or it could be Leicester could meet one of Forest or Wolves as well, or it could be City versus one of those teams, or you could have Newcastle, Man United. Let's see which way it's gonna go, but anybody could win this thing right now. And listen, as much as I would like to win the competition with Man City, I wouldn't mind to see one of Leicester, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, or Wolves win it. Definitely not Man United. Give it up to Charlton for being the only team outside the Premier League still in the competition as well. And guys, we move on. And let's take a look at the Premier League, man. Let's go on to the Premier League. let's switch gears and get into the Premier League, man. Big up everybody in the house. Appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Let's change up the theme a bit here. Let's get into Premier League mode, baby. Let's go. Let's do this. Guys, I'm definitely enjoying this stream. I'm winging it. I feel free. I don't have to look at my notes or nothing. I don't have to read much. And what we're going to do, let's take a recap of the last results before the season halted for the World Cup. Aston Villa 2, Brighton 1. Man United 2, Fulham 1. Man City 1, Brentford 2. Poor result there by City. Ivan Toney in that ass. Bournemouth 3, Everton 0. Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. Forest with a rare win, 1-0 over Crystal Palace. A 4-3 thriller between Spurs and Leeds. Leicester beat West Ham 2-0. Newcastle beat Chelsea a goal to 0. Big up to Newcastle. And Arsenal defeated Wolves 2-0. So this is what the table looks like going into the next match day. And this would be match day 16. So Arsenal on top. They do have 37 points. 5 points ahead of second place team Man City, the holders. And Arsenal are officially top at Christmas, guys, which, you know, is very, very important because they say when you're top at Christmas, you're supposed to go on to win the league. But Liverpool, they've been top at Christmas on many occasions, and they definitely did not go on to win the league. But last season, City were top at Christmas and went on to win the league. But Man City are very, very notorious for not being top at Christmas and then going on to win the league regardless. So Arsenal do have a couple injury setbacks that we're going to get into pretty soon. So Newcastle United a third. Believe it or not, Newcastle a third. 30 points. Unbelievable. One loss all season. Tottenham a fourth, 29 points. Man United a fifth with 26. And Liverpool a sixth with 22 points. Not very good. But guys, remember, there's 24 games to get your season back on track. Get it where it's supposed to be. And that could just be enough games for Liverpool to get into that top 4, to get Champions League football. Not win the league, though. I think it's a bit too late. But you never know. You never know, man. You know what I mean? Strange things has definitely happened in the past, but I don't think Liverpool are winning the league this season. That is something that we could all agree on. Right, guys? Do you guys agree with that one? That Liverpool won't go on to win the league? I think they won't, right? And Liverpool are the team that I picked to actually win the league. What I should have did during the week, I should have reacted to my predictions that I made at the beginning of the season, but it's a bit too late now. But the top 6 is heating up. But most importantly, there's going to be an intense race for these Champions League places. I personally don't think Arsenal are going on to win the league. I think Arsenal would actually drop down to about 4th. They'll get Champions League football, but they're not winning the league. If they do go on to win the league, that would be a massive achievement for Mikel Arteta. You could listen, not even words could explain how big that achievement would be for, you know, where he's come from and everything. Former player, working on the Pep Guardiola at City, taking over at Arsenal. His first freaking job as a manager was that Arsenal job. So it'll be amazing. If Newcastle gets top 6, even if they get top 4, that'll be big. Top 4 will be big, but top 6 would be massive as well, right? Tottenham, they're not doing too badly, but, you know, yeah, United and Liverpool lurking around there that could threaten their Champions League place. Brighton, they're doing well in 7th, but look at the points tally, 21 points. Chelsea, this is the team that we have to really talk about. They've been very poor this season. With the money that they spent, they've been very, very underwhelming. 21 points. 5 losses. That is not good enough for a team of their stature. I know they're going through a transition, manager, ownership, everything, but you spent the money and you ain't, you know, we're not seeing the results. You got to give it up to Fulham, though, guys. Fulham are ninth. And this is a yo-yo club. For them to be ninth, 15 games in, that's massive for Fulham. And what Marco Silva needs to do is just to continue to pick up these points and survive the drop. That's it. That's their goal, survive the drop. But I think if they continue to play the way they're playing, brave and, very expansive, they could probably get a Conference League spot, man. You can't write them off. Brentford have surprised me big time this season. I thought they would have been in a relegation battle. They could still be, but it's been a great start. Crystal Palace is always there and about. Not really going to get into them too much, but they've done pretty decent this season. Villa, they've sacked Steven Gerrard, of course. We should know that. They brought in Unai freaking Emery, and Unai Emery means business. Unai Emery means business. 2-1 win over Brighton. Last game there. Unai Emery means business. How many times I'm going to say that? I don't need to say that any more times. So, they got 18 points. Bit of a slow start, but best believe, man, unfinished. I said he means business, but he has unfinished business in the league, and I think that's why he came back. He had a good thing going there for Villarreal. He did not need to come back in the league. He didn't need to come back. You see what I'm saying? He didn't need to. So give it up to Aston Villa there. Leicester 13th, they're climbing up the table, 17 points. Bournemouth 14th, 16 points. And the teams that are in a bit of trouble there, bottom half of the table there, 15th, Leeds, 15 points. West Ham 16th with 14 points. Just outside the drop zone, Everton with 14 points. And in the relegation zone, we have Nottingham Forest with 13 points at 3 wins this season. Southampton 19th with 12 points. And Wolves with only 2 wins, 10 points under new boss, Julian Lopetegui. So Southampton and Wolves, they've changed managers. We've had change of the guard as well for Bournemouth, Aston Villa. Who else changed their manager? Chelsea changed their manager as well this season. So we've seen a few sackings. How many more are we going to see? So look, that's the recap of the table, guys, in terms of the some of the stats. Let's take a look at some of the stats, guys, really, really quick. Let me see if we have another table here somewhere. Let me see if we have a table somewhere here I could click. Nah. All right, let's go to the stats right here. And we're going to just run through the top goal scorers. Nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Goal scorers, assist getters, clean sheets, right there. We're not going to go past this page, and we're not going to go through every single one of them. So Haaland has 18 goals, just to remind you guys. 18. Okay? This is absolutely unbelievable. 18 goals. How many is he going to get by the time the season ends? I would love to see him get over 40. You see what I mean? That would be absolutely nuts. Harry Kane with 12, which is unbelievable as well. Ivan Toney already has 10 goals. And with Ivan Toney, he's in a bit of in some trouble, though. Some betting things. I saw, like, why do players do this, man? So just a quick search of Ivan Toney would let you know that Ivan Toney is charged with 30 further betting breaches. Betting breaches. You could actually, be suspended for this. You know what I'm saying? Because hear this, right? 3 days ago, Brentford lining up potential striker options for January transfer window in case striker hit with a ban. Ivan Toney was charged with 232 alleged breaches of FA betting rules in November. And a further 30 was stacked onto that. Let me see how many matches he could be banned for. I don't know how long he could be banned for, right? So, all right. So this is it. After 30 breaches, which were alleged to have taken place between March 2017 and February of 2019, Brentford, listen, Ivan Toney, you're in some trouble, bro. You're in some trouble. You know, you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing there. But the thing is, when you're betting and you're involved in the matches and things like that, that leads to like match fixing and all that kind of stuff. So let me see in terms of what could be done in terms of the ban. I don't know how much he could be banned for, like how long, but just to get an idea, I'm looking to see if I see anything, but yeah, I didn't see anything in terms of the ban, in terms of how long the ban could be. All right, the rules on betting in football. Betting on football is banned worldwide for all players, managers, coaches, club staff, directors, and licensed agents involved in the game within the Premier League, EFL, National League, Women's Super League, Women's Championship, and the Northern, Southern, and Isthmian leagues. Participants covered by the ban are prohibited from betting either directly or indirectly on any football match or competition that takes place anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Okay? So once you're playing or you're involved, you're not supposed to be betting. And there's been a few previous high-profile players punished for betting, and we have a few here. And let me just share this page with you guys really quick, because this is very important. This is what this show is all about: going down rabbit holes and going into, you know, off tangents and talking about other things. This is what this is all about. This is why I'm changing up my whole strategy. Big up to Carl Headley, man. Appreciate you coming through. Big up to Gigi Abraham, who says, for all your World Cup coverage, can PSG win the Champions League? Bro, thanks for the super chat. Let me say this before I get back to this Ivan Toney thing. This would be the perfect time to actually win the Champions League for PSG, seeing that Mbappe have just shown us that he is like, without a doubt, one of those players that we could say are like the best in the game right now. Messi, top of his game. Neymar, top of his game. So with those three players in your team, forget about, listen, man, they have a decent enough midfield and defense, and a world-class goalkeeper in Donnarumma as well, to win the Champions League. There's no other perfect time for them to win the Champions League than now. Messi coming off of a great World Cup, continuing. Mbappe, the same thing. Could they translate that same form from the World Cup into the club game? It's a bit more difficult, because with the country, it's a lot more passion that comes with that. But I don't see another perfect time for them to win it than now. You see what I mean? All could change between now and February when the games start back, but I'm just saying. They should have won it already with the kind of money that they spent on the team and the type of players they have, but let's see. I won't count it out, though. And they almost did it. They made it to the final a few years ago. So definitely not out the question. But appreciate it, Gigi, for dropping the super chat and asking the questions. Carl, bro, Merry Christmas to you. Appreciate you coming through, though. So players can't bet on matches that they're not involved in. Nope. You're not supposed to be betting, because you're part of the game. You're involved. You'll know players. You'll know players from other leagues. You'll have connections, and it shouldn't be done. So betting. Brentford lining up. Okay, we went through that already. Let's take a look at some players that receive bans, right? All right. Kieran Trippier, who was banned from football activity for 10 weeks for handed a £70,000 fine for telling a friend to lump on the prospect of him joining Atletico Madrid before his switch from Tottenham. You see that? As simple as that. Try to help his friend, you know, by just giving him a little bit of an insider intel. Nope. 10 weeks, 70,000. Daniel Sturridge was also punished for disclosing inside information about a transfer. After initially being given a 6-week suspension, his punishment was increased to 4-month ban and £150,000 fine, after it was found that he instructed his brother to bet on a January 2018 move to Sevilla. I don't think that move ever happened. Joey Barton, this is one I remembered avidly, was given an 18-month ban in 2017 after placing 1,260 bets on football between 2006 and 2016. The punishment brought about his retirement from playing football, although the term was later reduced to 5 months on appeal. You see that? So Ivan Toney, I don't know. He might get a nice fat lump sum ban. He might definitely, I don't know how much he might get though. I don't know how much he might get. So I don't know. So there's been more too. There's been more, it seems, right? Oh, no. Talking about the goals, but it's crazy. If those allegations against him are proven, the striker could face a lengthy ban. A lengthy ban, very lengthy. And this ban could be, let me see. The fact that hear this, right? The fact that Joey Barton got 5 months for betting for 10 years. Yeah, he could get about 2 months off. I say 2 months. I say 2 months, guys. What do you say? I say 2 months. And big up to all the people in the house, man, who just joined. It's a late night stream. It's almost 12. You know what I mean? A guy who has allegedly made that many bets on football should be suspended pending the investigation. Yeah, so what they should do, maybe let him play out the rest of the season and give him his ban for next season so that the team could prep. Maybe. BX Gunner, Tony looking like Tory Lanez now. Boy, man, listen, man. Big up to my boy Tory Lanez, man. Meg the Stallion is a liar. Let me just say that one time. She's a liar. There's a lot of fishy things that's happened in that case. And I don't like Meg the Stallion at all. I actually do not like her music at all. But Tory Lanez, oh man, listen. Let me tell you, man, Tory Lanez got some, listen, I'm not talking about some of his, you might go on Spotify or whatnot, and some of his latest songs or whatnot, some of his, his raps and all of that. But I'm talking about that R&B Tory Lanez, man. You go back to Chick's Tape. You go to Chick's Tape. Oh, man, those mixtapes. Oh, my God. They're so good. And I've listened to those mixtapes so many times. I have that attachment to Tory Lanez, and it's really sad to see what's happening to him. But I think Tory Lanez he'll get a slap on the wrist. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I think he'll get some time in jail, and they'll send him back to Canada, deported. He can't come back to America. Not yet. At least not yet. You know what I'm saying? You have to wait it out. It'll hurt his pocket a little, but not too crazy. But yeah, man, free my boy Tory Lanez. But anyways, let's move. Let's go back. Let's go back there and let's take a look at the goal scorers. Alexander Mitrovic, 9 goals. Rodrigo with 9. Miggy the Piggy Almiron, man, he's on fire this season with 8 goals. Roberto Firmino with 7. He picked up an injury recently, so he'll be out of action. Guys, Phil Foden has 7 Premier League goals. This is amazing. I didn't even remember he had so many. Wow, remember this is the catch-up because we haven't really talked about the league for a month, and we're now catching up to the Premier League and other leagues as well. So, look, let us go. James Maddison with 7, Leandro Trossard with 7. We take a look at the assist getters. De Bruyne with 9, Saka with 6, Gabriel Jesus, who's now injured, with 5, Alex Iwobi with 5, Kulusevski 5, Bernardo Silva with 5, Christian Eriksen, Andreas Pereira, James Maddison, and Ivan Perisic with all 4. In terms of the clean sheets, Nick Pope leads the race with 7, Aaron Ramsdale with 7, Ederson and Danny Ward with 6. I gotta give a shout out to Danny Ward, man. He's been one of the most improved goalkeepers in the league. When he started the season, oh man, he was awful. I guess he just needed some time to acclimatize because he has not been playing a lot of first team football, and he now has as many clean sheets as Edison. So it's going to be interesting to see who picks up that golden glove at the end of the season. It's usually Allison or Edison, but seems like we could have a change of the guard. Allison has 4, Dean Henderson of Forest with 4, Hugo Lloris, Jose Sa, and David Raya with 4 each. And we're not really gonna look at these other stats. Pretty irrelevant if you ask me. What we're gonna do, guys, I have this thing that I have an injury list that I take a look at. It's pretty reliable, and we're gonna take a look at this. Premier League injuries, right? It's a website called premierinjuries.com, and it has all the injuries for all the clubs in the Premier League. And we could take a look at who's unavailable, suspended, and whatnot right here. Right there, we could take a look at that. It's mostly correct. So for Bournemouth, you could see that Davy Brooks, you see the latest update, December 19th, one of the latest updates, he'll be out. He's been out for some time as well. He'll be back. You see when he'll be back. So you could see Davy Brooks ruled out. Norberto Neto, the goalkeeper, ruled out as well. Jefferson Lerma, 75%. Marcus Tavernier, he's, a doubt. Lloyd Kelly, he's a doubt as well. And Ryan Fredericks a doubt. So you can see that Bournemouth, they're dealing with some injury issues there. Arsenal, the same. Gabriel Jesus ruled out until February. Takahiro Tomiyasu, he's dealing with a hamstring strain as well. He's like 50-50. Emil Smith-Rowe still not ready yet, but he could be back. Late fitness test. William Saliba, the same. Zinchenko, no return date. He's ruled out. Reece Nelson, he had a late, resurgence there at the end of the, before the break. He's out. So Arsenal, they're without Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko. Ironically, 2 players that were bought from Manchester City. So kind of, thank God they're not a City right now, injured. But these are 2 players who has definitely helped Arsenal to be in the position that they're in, especially Gabriel Jesus. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to, look without Gabriel Jesus for the next 2 months. See what I mean? Arsenal needs to show that adaptability. And we're going to move down to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, Jacob Ramsey ruled out. We got Diego Carlos still injured. It's just sad what happened with Diego Carlos. He would have definitely been at the World Cup with Brazil, but picked up an injury very early in the season, man, in August. Fresh at the club, bam, gone. So Robin Olsen, Philip Coutinho, Emi Martinez, man. What's his name? What do they call him? What's his nickname? I forgot his nickname. Emi Martinez. What is his name? Doopy? What's his name? Yeah, man. They don't like him at all. Debu. They don't like him at all, man. They don't like Emi Martinez at all. But look, he has a lot. He had a point to prove, and the reason for his celebrations during the World Cup there is because he's really risen up the ranks, and I don't blame him, man. But you gotta stay humble, though. You gotta stay humble, Debu. But he's gonna be out, and it seems like Robin Olsen might be out too. You know what I'm saying? But I think he'll be ready. So Aston Villa dealing with some problems there. Brentford, this injury update, guys. Christopher Aya, Thomas Strakosa, Aaron Hickey, all out. Shandon Baptiste ruled out. And these are latest updates, guys. Pontus Janssen should be back, ready for selection there as well. We go down to Brighton. Guys, updates. We just updating you, getting up to speed with injuries, who's available. and all of that. You know, my main league is the Premier League, but guys, we will be live for a bit more, and we will be looking at some other leagues. So Jakob Moda, knee injury, ruled out. He's been out for the season. Adam Webster out as well. Alexis McAllister is out as well. Late return from international duty, which is understood. Won the World Cup with Argentina. And Enoch Mwepu, as we know, he has retired. Well, he's been advised to stop playing football. This should take him off the list. Welbeck is a 50-50 as well. We get to Chelsea. Let's run through these. Chelsea got a lot of problems here. N'Golo Kante out. He won't be back until next year. God damn, he's almost... Damn. Wesley Fofana is out as well. Ben Chilwell is a doubt. Ruben Loftus-Cheek too. Kovacic, Hakim Ziyech, all coming back from the World Cup. These guys are so-so. Kepa, Mason Mount, Reece James is back. Amanda Brozier, he's out maybe for the rest of the season. And Chuck Womaker is ruled out as well, which is very sad. New player to the club. So Chelsea pile on to their poor form, a lot of injury problems. Crystal Palace, John Stone, Mark Guehi, James McCarter, Nathan Ferguson, all ruled out. We keep it moving. Everton, we got James Garner, Connor Cody ruled out, and we got Dominic Calvert-Lewin dealing with injury again. Should be good, right? You got a whole freaking month to strengthen. Still out. Mason Holgate, 50-50. Andros Townsend still out. And we go down, guys. Fulham. Mana Solomon still out. Remember this, guys. It's a catch-up. We getting up to speed with what's going on at these Premier League clubs. I'm not going to do it for every single club, but we're going to get up to speed as we cover more leagues going forward. So this is what's going on for Fulham. Solomon out and Niskens Kibano out, while Anthony Robinson, Alexander Mitrovic, and Livin Kozawa are all doubtful. 50-50 could miss out. Leeds, a lot of injury problems. Luis Sinistera, Tyler Adams suspended. Patrick Bamford. You have Crescencio Somerville, a 50-50. Rodrigo, Liam Cooper, Matthias Click, Jack Harrison. These guys should be available. Maybe a bit of rust, bit of knock, few sprains. You know what I mean? Few niggles, nothing crazy. Archie Gray ruled out. Stuart Dallas still out as well. So we go. Leicester, 7. We get in there, guys. James Justin, Ricardo Pereira, both out. And you got Johnny Evans and Ryan Bertrand, who's been out for most of the season. You got Keenan Dewsbury Hall, James Madison, Chagla Soyanchu could all be involved. Ready to go. Liverpool, 9 injury problems, man. Luis Diaz, out until January, February, March, April. Oh, man, that's bad news. That is bad news. Horrible, horrible news, man. Or is that March? I think March. I'm looking at it the wrong way. I'm looking at it in the American way. This is English. So he's out till March. Arthur Melo is out until February. Waste of a transfer, if you ask me. Diego Jota is out until February as well. Curtis Jones, early January. Roberto Firmino, early January as well. James Milner just ruled out early January, while Ibrahima Konate dealing with some niggle, late international duty return, pardon me. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's 50-50, and Van Dijk, 50-50. He should be back. But Liverpool got their injury problems, which is not a bad thing if you are an opposition fan for real. So Man City, not the same problem. Alvarez, World Cup winner, congratulations. He'll be back soon. Ruben Diaz, he's dealing with a thigh injury, ruled out. And Calvin Phillips, man, just sad to hear what's going on with him. But Calvin is not fit. He did not arrive in the best conditions to train, and that's Pep Guardiola's words. And he said Calvin Phillips is a bit overweight, man, and he's not been on top of his game. But give him time, man. Give him time. He'll be all right. Players usually take time to settle in at Manchester City. Usually the first season, they don't really do that well. They don't really play a lot. And then the second season is when players really come alive. So we go down to Manchester United. You got Lisandro Martinez. Congrats to him on winning the World Cup. Diego Dallo, Harry Maguire, and you got Rafa Varane, all dealing with coming back from the World Cup or injury, while Jadon Sancho has been out. Internal disciplinary matter. I don't really know the full Sancho story. So if anybody knows the full Sancho story, let me know, because I didn't really look into the whole Jadon Sancho thing, but he's been out for disciplinary reasons. God damn. If he's mad, he's not playing. But yeah, man, that's what you get. Sancho, Anthony, everybody can't play. Mason Greenwood remains suspended for that whole thing he got going on. Axel Tuanzebe out injured. So, yeah, man, more problems for United, better for me. Newcastle United, 5 injury updates. Alexander Isak still ruled out. He'll be back soon. He'll actually be back on my birthday, it seems. Elliot Anderson, he's a doubt. Matt Ritchie ruled out, but he was on the bench, though. So Matt Ritchie's back. Matt Ritchie's back. This is not correct for Matt Ritchie. Emil Kraft, I'm pretty sure, is back as well. Right, Steve? These guys should be. Kraft, maybe not Kraft, but Ritchie's back. Paul Dummett probably still out. They need to update the Newcastle section. Nottingham Forest, they've been dealing with some injuries. Omar Richards, Dean Henderson ruled out as well here. Serge Aurier, 50-50. Morgan Gibbs-White, who's definitely been improving. Wayne Hennessy could feature. Julian Biancome, he's ruled out. Checo Kouyaté ruled out, of course, injury during the World Cup. And Moussa Niakate ruled out. 4 more teams. Southampton, Valentino Livramento, Juan Larios, former Man City kid, and Theo Walcott, all ruled out. Romeo Lavia is a 50-50 here. And we got Tottenham, Richarlison. I spoke with the medical department, thigh injury, so he's ruled out. We got, that's only player ruled out, but Hugo Lloris, Ivan Perisic, Jed Spence. You got Oliver Skip, Rodrigo Bentancur, Christian Romero, maybe coming back late from the World Cup, but these guys are all doubtful. And we got 2 more teams. West Ham, Aaron Cresswell, Gianluca Scamacca, Naif Aguerd. Naif Aguerd won't play. He's probably still injured from Morocco, the World Cup campaign. Mikel Antonio, Maxwell Carney, all 50-50, doubtful. Kurt Zuma ruled out. Well, he might be back. I don't know, but that's the last update was November 11th. And last but not least, Wolverhampton Wanderers. We got Francisco Oliveira, Chiquinho. He's ruled out. Pedro Neto ruled out. And you also have Sasha Kaladzic ruled out as well, while Johnny Boubacar Traore, their late fitness test. So that's the injury update for the Premier League, guys. I think we did a great job with that. And what we're going to do, we're going to go back quickly, and we're going to take a look at the fixtures that's coming up tomorrow and the rest of the week. And I won't be doing any predictions this week, guys, but we got Brentford versus Spurs early in the morning. I don't know if I wake up in time to watch that. I don't know if I wake up to watch any of these games. Probably maybe I will. I don't know. But we got Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, Wolves, Leicester, Newcastle, Southampton playing Brighton in the South Coast Derby, Aston Villa versus Liverpool, Arsenal, West Ham, all Boxing Day fixtures. I think usually they had all the games on Boxing Day, guys, right? Don't they? But we got Tuesday games. Chelsea versus Bournemouth, Man United versus Forest, and on Wednesday we have Leeds versus Manchester City. So those are the fixtures for week 16. Then we're coming back again on Friday, where we have West Ham playing Brentford, Liverpool playing Leicester on Friday, and we got games on the weekend where Man City plays Everton, Newcastle play Leeds, Brighton play Arsenal, Man United, Wolves, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and more. But we'll talk about those in a future episode. So more than likely, guys, I'll be live again tomorrow just to do a recap of the matches that were played. And if there's matches anywhere around the other leagues, we'll take a look at those as well. Okay? So that's pretty much it for the Premier League, guys. I won't be giving in too much input on who's gonna win, who's gonna draw. Whatever happens tomorrow happens. Whatever happens in the week happens. We're gonna discuss it and then we move, because I don't think I'm in any shape to predict these games. I'm not. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not. Good luck. Good luck predicting these games though. But guys, don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. I'm happy to be back talking about, the club football, even though, of course, I prefer the international stuff. Definitely. I ain't going to lie and act like I don't. I do enjoy the international football a bit more because it's a bit more niche and not a lot of people cover it. So I like that. You get more attention that way. But not that I'm looking for attention, guys, but you get the point. You know what I mean? You get the point. But what we're going to do right now, that's a wrap on the Premier League. We've touched on a lot of things. For future episodes, I will get back to, I'll have more tidbits and more news articles to share with you guys and all that stuff. But just to go back to a question that Steve asked earlier, right? Steve said, later in the show, could you rank Newcastle's chances of finishing top 4 Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and rank them from most likely to most to least likely? It can be brief. Well, I have to say that for Newcastle, they've proven that they could win the Carabao Cup. They're still in that competition. They're in the quarterfinals. They could definitely win that competition, because that is a competition where teams could rotate. And when you have Man City and United and these teams that play in European competitions, right, they could rotate. I'm talking about, maybe not in the deeper stages, but, before. But when you factor in the FA Cup as well, and Newcastle could put out a stronger team, and that could be to their advantage. But not even that. Newcastle could beat some of these teams at full strength. Them coming at full strength, Newcastle at full strength. So they're in a very, very good position there to win the Carabao Cup. They've done well. They've done what they needed to do in that competition so far. As the Premier League, they're third. So their top 4 chances after 14, 15 games, it's high. The chances are very, very high. But they have to keep that momentum going. It's a bit too early to say whether they're going to place top 4 or not. But we get 25 matches in, and they develop some type of a gap between, like, let's say a Liverpool, a Chelsea, a Man United. Then we could definitely say that Newcastle are poised to get top 4. As for the FA Cup, I can't really talk too much about that right now, because when we haven't had many of the FA Cup, the more important rounds, we haven't had that come yet. So that's going to have to wait. But that's similar to the Carabao Cup. It's a knockout competition. You put out your best team on the day and you wish for the best. And, anything is possible with the way Newcastle are playing. But I have to say that I definitely think Newcastle will be playing European football next season. Whether it's the Conference League, the Europa League, or the Champions League is left to be seen. And that's my thoughts on this question here that you dropped there, Steve. We do appreciate you dropping in the question. Thank you very much, King Huddle. Do appreciate that as well. So, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to go over to La Liga and see what's going on with La Liga. This is the fun part now. Fun part of the stream. We're going to take a look at the other leagues, right? We're going to take a look at the other leagues and see what's going on there. Should have a La Liga banner somewhere. Yep, La Liga. Let's take a look at La Liga. Let's see what's going down in La Liga. So 15 out of 38 matches played. And as you see here, guys, games will be coming back this week, right? So look, on the last match day in La Liga, this is what happened. Elche lost 2-1 to Girona. Athletic Club beat Valladolid 3-0. Barcelona beat Osasuna 2-1. Getafe lost a goal to Almeria. Real Sociedad beat Sevilla 2-1. Villarreal 1-0 over Espanyol. Mallorca beat Atletico Madrid a goal to nil. A 0-0 draw between Rayo Vallecano and Celta de Vigo. Valencia beat Real Betis 3-0, and Real Madrid 2-1 over Cadiz. So these are the games coming up this week, Thursday. All right, so you know, matches are coming up on Thursday. Mark your calendar if you want to catch any of these La Liga games. And I have to watch one of these games. I'm going to give myself a challenge. And my challenge would be to watch at least one La Liga game a week. This is gonna be my challenge. Going forward, I have to watch at least one La Liga game, one Serie game, and one Bundesliga game. And if I can, a game from Ligue. So instead of just binging out on the Premier League and watching game after game, sometimes instead of watching two Premier League games at the same time, because I do watch two games at the same time, I'll tune into a game from another league and a Premier League game. So I'll be like, you know, have it there in the background, seeing a few things. So I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. And with games coming up like on Thursday in the evening, pretty sure that's possible. Pretty sure I could watch this Girona game. Girona is part of the Man City City group. Pretty sure I could watch this game 11 a.m. on Thursday. Maybe I will. But Girona play Vallecano. Real Betis play Athletic Club. Atletico Madrid play Elche. Getafe play Mallorca. Celta Vigo versus Sevilla. Cadiz Almeria. That's a game I definitely won't be watching. Valladolid versus Real Madrid. Barcelona versus Espanyol. This might be a good game to watch, but it's Saturday at 8 a.m. So I might actually double watch something with this. It's a Barcelona derby. We got Real Sociedad Osasuna and Villarreal versus Valencia. All right. All right. So that's the fixtures coming up, guys. Stats in La Liga. Robert Lewandowski, 13 goals. Boya Iglesias of Betis with 8. Vedat Muriqi of Mallorca with 8. Iago Aspas still bagging them in for fun with 7. Joselu with 7 there as well. So these are the top goal scorers in La Liga. Assist getters, Mikel Merino with 6. Ousmane Dembele, Hugo Guillamon with 4. Robert Lewandowski with 4. And Rodrigo of Real Madrid with 4. And the standings in La Liga. These are the standings, guys. This is the fun part. La Liga, baby. Golazo. So, look, we're not going to leave these leagues in the dark no more. We're not going to leave these leagues in the dark. We're not. We are not leaving these leagues in the dark no more. We're going to be updating on these leagues every single time I go live. Even if I have to do them before I do the Premier League, because I know I might spend longer on the Premier League, I'm going to do them. Barcelona, 37 points on top the league. 1 loss, 1 draw, 12 wins. They're doing big things under Xavi. Even though they're not that good in the Champions League, when it comes to La Liga, they're doing the damn thing. Free mind, big up yourself. We say I'm still hungover from the World Cup. I still miss it. Don't worry yourself, bro. Make sure you go check out the channel and go watch World Cup Digest with Football Fair and I. We have the second part to reacting to our predictions coming out hopefully tomorrow, because, you know, both of us were a bit sick and we didn't actually get to record the second part. We tried a few times, but, you know, things got in the way. But we'll be dropping that, and we'll be bringing you episodes every week. Sometime 2 episodes, sometime 1, as many as we could going forward, because we have a lot of things that we want to talk about. We still got a lot of things talking about on the 2022 World Cup. We're going to be talking about the 2026 World Cup. A lot of things going forward, all right? So a lot of content coming for you, man. Definitely. A lot of content coming for you. And in terms of the La Liga, let's go. We got a lot to talk about. We still got to touch Italian Bundesliga and Ligue 1 for sure. before we even talk about any other league. So Real Madrid is second, only 2 points behind Barcelona. And that draw, they picked up an extra draw, which was a difference. Real Sociedad at third. Look at the gap between first and second and third. It's a two-horse race over in Spain between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And we will be talking about this every week going forward. That's the beauty about this. I had to change things up with the way I do the show, guys. I had to change things up. I had to be more inclusive of the other leagues. I couldn't be talking Premier League all the time, man. So that's why the thumbnail got Messi, Gnabry, you got Valverde, Odegaard on it. Not just Pep and Man City players and Liverpool players. You know, so if you're passing by the channel and you see that I'm talking about La Liga, you might come in. You see what I'm saying? You might stop by and say, what's up? But if I'm talking about the Premier League only and you're not interested in the Premier League, it's not the league that you watch, you might just go straight. So big up to anybody watching the replay right about now. We're heating up. Don't worry, guys. It'll take some time before it starts bubbling and boiling. Don't worry yourself. The numbers will grow. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you this. Trust me when I tell you this. And going forward, some of these are going to be marathon streams. I get up, if I feel like it and I'm up early, or I, go out, do some things, come back and I have some time. We be live. We're talking. We're just talking football. Endless things to talk about. Big up to Jamal Griffith in the house. What happened to Le Cholissimo all the way down to 15th? So we scroll down. 15th. What are you talking about? I don't get it. Getafe? 15th? Is that what you're talking about? Getafe? All right, so Athletic Club, they're in a Champions League position, 24 points. Look at the gap between first and second. That's the most important thing there. Real Madrid, the last 5 games, they got a loss and a draw, kind of throw them off. But the Barcelona-Real Madrid thing is going to be the most important thing to keep your eye on in La Liga. A little bit of top 4 action as well with some of these clubs that don't usually be in the top 4 fighting for those positions. Atletico Madrid would be another good topic because they have the quality of players, but they're just going through a rut. Real Betis, very attractive team to watch play. You got teams like Osasuna, Vallecano rising up. It's going to be interesting to see what Villarreal does without Unai Emery now. Valencia, they're doing decent this season. Mallorca 11, Valladolid 12, Girona 13th. I think they just lost in a cup match as well. Almeria 14th, Getafe 15th. You got Espanyol with 16th with 12 points. Celta Vigo 12 points. Poor form. And in the freaking relegation zone, unbelievable, Sevilla 11 points. Cadiz 19th with 11 points. And Elche without a win all season with 4 points. Wow, Elche, no wins. They're basically relegated already. But it's going to be interesting to see what Sevilla does going forward. Who's in charge of Sevilla now that Julian Lopetegui actually got sacked? We're going to find out. Let's go down. Copa del Rey, second round. They won the game 3-0. The lineups. Let's go down. Manager right now. Bam. Jorge Sampaoli. Goddamn. I don't remember a goddamn thing. I know this, and I don't remember. But with that being said, guys, we're going to transition into the Copa del Rey because I did see some results over the weekend, and let's take a look. Let's take a look at what happened. Copa del Rey second round. Guadalajara 0, Elche 3. Well, at least Elche winning some games, something. They're winning something. Intercity 2, Mirandes 0. Some of these clubs I've never heard of in my life. Some of these Spanish clubs. Diocesano 0, Getafe 2. Villarreal 2, Guihelo 1. Real Union 0, Mallorca 1. Sestao 0, Athletic Club 1. Espanyol 1, Atletico Paso 0. FC Cartagena 4-2 on pens over Alcazar after the game finished 1-1. Merida AD nil. Alaves 1. Numancia nil. Sporting Gijón 3. Atletico Sugantino nil. Rayo Vallecano nil. 3-1 on pence to Vallecano. Levante 2. Andorra 1. Andorra, is this a club? Is this a club from Andorra? I don't know. Is this a country, Andorra? I don't know. See what I'm saying? Is this a club called Andorra? Guys, I don't even know what's going on here. Yeah, this is a club. German Valera, I do know. I do know this young player from FIFA career mode. So he does play for Andorra. Let me see. Andorra. FC Andorra. Okay. So FC Andorra is actually based in Andorra. Okay. Okay. So this is a club from Andorra that plays in the second division of Spanish football, the Segunda División, and is named after the country, FC Andorra, which is a landlocked country inside of Spain, right? I think. Crazy, right? Crazy. Ibiza, Islas Pituasas 1-0 over Eibar. Wow, that's an upset. Pontevedra 2, Tenerife 1. We got Arenas Club 1, Valladolid 5, Osasuna 3, Ornado 1. This is like the FA Cup, right? Sevilla 3, Juventud Torre Molinos 0, AD Scueta 3, Ibiza 2. It's another Ibiza club, right? Ibiza. Korea 0, Real Sociedad 5, Logroñez 0, Albacete 0, Logroñez 4-3 on pens. Damn, there's a lot to go through, man. Cacereño 2, Gironia 1. Oh, man, that's a sad result for my City Group team. Guernica 0, Celta Vigo 3. We got Eldense 1, Burgos 0, Linares Deportivo 1, Racing 0, Gymnastic 2, Malaga 1, Atletico Madrid 3, Arentero 1. We got Oviedo 1, Granada 0, and La Nucia beating Las Palmas 6-5 on penalties. So the round of 32, the draw is made. Let's look through the draw. Let's see if we see some juicy matchups here like Espanyol versus Celta Vigo, Levante, Getafe. You know what I mean? What else we got? Gijón versus Rayo Vallecano. Real Madrid got Cacereño. The Cacereño players are probably celebrating that they draw Real Madrid, right? But they will host. Would have been better if they would have played away to Real Madrid, but they will host them, which is dangerous to Real Madrid too when you really think about it. Any other big matchups? Intercity got Barcelona and they host them as well. Oviedo play Atletico Madrid. And yeah, the smaller clubs actually are hosting the bigger clubs, which would have been better the other way around, right? So that's what's going on there for the round of 32, guys, in La Liga. So big up to everybody still watching the stream. Appreciate you guys. Big up to the boy AD. Big up to Jamal, King Huddle. You guys are the real deal. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream, guys. Would definitely appreciate that 100%. So what we're going to do, we're going to move on, man. Let's go on to the Serie A. All right. I know I didn't really advertise the Serie A on the thumbnail, but let's talk Serie A. Let's take a look. Serie A will be coming back January 4th. Okay, so we didn't really even need to talk too much about the Serie A this week, right? We didn't need to. But let's run through the last match day. Empoli 2, Cremonese 0, Napoli 3, Udinese 2, Sampdoria 0, Lecce 2, Bologna 3, Sassuolo 0, Atalanta 2, Inter 3. That must have been a hell of a game. And that's the thing. I'm not going to be missing out on these games anymore going forward. I'm going to be tuning into these games. These games are too good for me to be freaking watching Brighton versus Crystal Palace. I've woken up. Let me say this. I'm awake. I'm awake now. Big up to Chelsea perspective, man. Nice to see you in here, bro. But yeah, I'm awake. The World Cup made me realize a lot of things. Like, damn, why you only talk Premier League, bro? Why? I know it's good to niche down, but sometimes it gets boring, man. It gets real boring. I guess I was getting bored. Man. You see what I mean? So it's good to see what's going on in the other clubs, other leagues. Talk a little bit about Kavica, Kvaratskhelia. You know what I'm saying? Talk a bit about Messi and Mbappe over at PSG. You know what I'm saying? Spice it up a bit. Not take 2 hours. Look, I've been here almost 2.5 hours, and I've touched on so many things. I've talked all 4 English league tiers. I've talked the Carabao Cup. I talked Serie. I talk La Liga. Now I'm on to Serie. I talk Carabao Cup. I talk freaking Copa del Rey. Like, come on. Let's do this. Switching things up, man. Switching things up. Gotta be adaptable. Gotta evolve. You can't be a one-trick pony. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna die. Roma 1, Torino 1. Monza 3, Salernitana 0. Verona 1, Spezia 2. Milan 2, Fiorentina 1. Juventus 3, Lazio 0. Let's go. Coming up January 4th, we have Salernitana versus AC Milan, Sassuolo versus Sampdoria, Torino versus Verona, Spezia Atalanta, Roma Bologna, Lecce Lazio. I'll be tuning into some of these games when you have Cremonese coming up against Juventus, Fiorentina Monza, Udinese Empoli, and Inter Napoli. That game, for sure, I'm watching it. I don't care what's on that day. I'm watching that game too. I'm not missing out on these games anymore. The standings. Napoli. The biggest talking point is Napoli going to go on to win the freaking Serie for the first time in God knows when. They've come close on so many occasions, but always miss out. This year seems to be the year where they're poised to do it. They've not lost the game, 41 points. They got players like Kavica, Kvaratskhelia, and Victor Osimhen on fire. And this is the year for them to do it. Or they're going to fuck it up. It's late, guys. All kids supposed to be sleeping. If you're in a country where it's daylight, pardon my language. But Napoli, you can't mess this one up, man. You got an 8-point gap. 8-point gap between yourself and AC Milan. 10 points ahead of Juventus, who's somewhat on a resurge. And the fact that they're not in the Champions League could help for them to focus on at least getting back to the Champions League next season. Lazio 4th with 30 points. Inter, 30 points. These guys are all going to be in the mix. But Napoli cannot allow anyone to catch them. And we will be following that journey going forward because every week we'll be talking about these games. Every single week. Every week. And I'm happy and I'm very excited to do it. Atalanta, one of my favorite teams to watch play. They're struggling a bit these days, but they're 6th. Roma under Mourinho, 7th. Not bad at all. Udinese, 8th. 24 points. The gap's opening up a little. Torino, 9, 21 points. Fiorentina, 10th with 19 points. On the bottom half of the table reads Bologna, Salernitana, Empoli, Monza. All doing okay, but could do better. And last 6, Sassuolo, Lecce. Still in a, decent amount of points there after 15 games. But, Spezia, okay too. But Cremonese and Sampdoria, along with Verona, these teams are struggling. When you talk about struggling, 5 points after 15 games is poor. And this is Hellas Verona, This is, look at this. Hellas Verona placed 9th last season. 9th. Let's go back to the previous season. Hellas Verona placed 10th. Let's go back again. Hellas Verona has been a team that's been competing, a team that picks up these victories against the big boys. Let's go back again. Hellas Verona's always been there and about. Well, I think that's where they had got promoted back to the league, maybe. I don't see them there. But they've always been there since they came back in the league. Hellas Verona. Because if we go back here and we click on, let's click on Hellas Verona. Because this is an interesting case. There was also Chievo Verona, but that team I think dissolved. If I'm not mistaken, I did a story on them a couple seasons ago, but they were in the Serie B, 5th. You see that? 2018-19 and 2016-17. They got promoted right there. You see that? They got promoted. And the thing is, Chievo, let me see if Chievo was probably in the Serie A when they got what was in that league. But you see teams like Spezia and Salernitana, Brescia we saw recently, in the Serie A, Spal, all these teams, Frosinone, all these teams we saw in the Serie A recently. Pescara, we know, Cremonese, all these teams, So Venezia we saw in the league recently as well. So I like it's interesting when you see teams go up and down and teams do well, stay up, and then they struggle again. But Chievo Verona, this team does not exist, or they've been put lower down into the table. I think it's now called AC Chievo Verona, and they don't even exist anymore. You see? It's a former professional Italian club. This team doesn't even exist. I did a whole story on this team a couple seasons ago on my other channel, and they don't exist. Look at that. Back in the Serie, 2008 to 2019. And the reason why we're talking about this is because we're talking about Hellas Verona, right? And then because of some financial issues, bam, gone, done. Crazy. Don't make this happen to your club. But look, Syria, one more thing we have to touch, and that's stats. Victor Osimhen, 9 goals. Marco Arnautovic with 8. Ademola Lookman doing very well over there at Atalanta with 7. Lautaro Martinez with 7. And Mbala and Zola with 7. I don't know this player. So this is me discovering new players as well. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, 7 assists. Gerard Deulofeu at Udinese with 6. Filip Kostic with 5 at Juventus these days. Kavica Kvaratskhelia with 5. Oh, man, the man's on fire. Mario Rui, also of Napoli, with 5. Nicola Barella with 5. Piotr Zielinski with 5. And Roberto Pereira, who we saw in the Premier League with Watford. Also Deulofeu with Watford. Udinese are their sister club. So that's what the stats looking like in terms of the Serie A. Look at that. Sofia Amrabat, 7 yellow cards. And we will be talking transfers going forward as well. We're going to have maybe separate streams where we get into transfers, where we're just doing only transfers. So there's going to be, guys, a lot more interesting things coming up for the channel, man. I'm going to keep the fire coming. I'm going to keep that fire blazing, baby. International football, transfers, of course, clubs, updates, you name it, we'll be live. So let's move on, man. We've covered the and you see what I did, the mistake I did? I should have actually switched to my Serie banner in the background, but I didn't. But it's all good. It is all good, man. What we're gonna do is there the Coppa Italia going on right now? Let's see if there's a Coppa Italia. Let me just click on one of these teams like Milan and see if there's a Coppa Italia going on right now. Okay, no Coppa Italia. Round of 16 is in January, so we don't have to worry about talking Coppa Italia right now. So let's talk. What banner did I click on? Let's go over to Ligue 1. Let's go and let's bring up the Ligue 1 banner and let's talk about Messi and them boys over there in Ligue 1, man. Let's go. Ligue 1. League. Let's see what the French league is looking like briefly, guys. We're not going to be super long. We're going to take a look at the French league. We're going to take a look at the Bundesliga, a little bit on the Portuguese league. You know what I mean? We're going to run through a few other leagues, and then we're going to be out of here, man. I think this live stream will be about 3 hours today, so we got about 26 minutes to go. So I do appreciate everybody who stuck around for the whole thing, who came in, did their thing. Appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button for the stream. Do appreciate it 100%, man. You know, we got football coming back later today. Premier League matches, La Liga later this week, early next month. We got Italian Serie. And in terms of Ligue 1, what we got? All right, we got games coming up on Wednesday. Okay. So in terms of a quick recap of what happened before the break, Lyon and Nice played to a 1-1 draw. Lens beat Clermont-Foot 2-1. Rennes beat Toulouse 2-1. PSG beat Auxerre 5-0. Brest 2, Troyes 1. Fellow City Group Club Troyes. Lille defeated Angers 1-0. Montpellier and Reims played to a 1-1 draw. Nantes and Ajaccio played to a 2-2 draw. I'm probably saying some of these names wrong too, guys. Strasbourg, big up to Steve in the house. Strasbourg and Lorient played to a 1-1 draw. Marseille beat Monaco 3-2. And that's a quick recap of what happened before the break. What we got coming up this week, guys? Ajaccio, Angers, Troyes, Nantes, Auxerre versus Monaco, Clermont-Foot versus Lille, PSG versus Strasbourg, Brest versus Lyon, Lorient, Montpellier, Reims, Rennes, Marseille, Toulouse, and Nice versus Lens. So I'll be trying to tune into at least one of these games. I don't know how possible it will be, but I'll at least try to watch a replay of something if I can. Where these games are being played, if you ask me, I can't remember. But, guys, I have a lot of things I could watch football on, man. I have Peacock. I have Paramount Plus. I have ESPN Plus. What else do I have? I have Fox Sports. I have, what else, man? God damn, I forgot. I can't even keep track. I have Prime. Don't know if they have a lot of games on Prime. But wait, I have USA. What else I got? I got a lot of things, man. Got a lot of things I could watch football on. But I do have access to a lot of these leagues, I have to say. So might as well. I'm paying for these things. Might as well utilize it. So that's what's going on in Ligue 1. What the table looks like right now, you may ask. Let's take a look. PSG are in the lead. No losses. 15 matches, 13 wins, 2 draws. Wow. They're doing the goddamn thing, man. So who's in charge of PSG these days? Christophe Galtier, I think his name is, right, guys? Is that his name? Can't even remember, man. Guys, I'm trying to refresh, man. The World Cup just eat up all my memory. I feel like an old man right now, and I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things. You know what I'm saying? So big win there for PSG before the break. And in terms of the manager's name, his name is definitely Christophe Galtier. So yeah. So Lens a second. This is interesting. I like this. This is a team that just got promoted a few seasons ago. And I remember when they got promoted, they invested in their team. I could remember they brought this goalkeeper from Venezuela called Wilker Farinez. And they probably, I don't know if is he still there? Let's find out. Let's find out, man. That's a club friendly. Let's find out. Wilker Farinez. Let's find out. So Lens. Let's go. Lens. Let's go back. November 5th. Angers. Let's see. Let's find out what's going on. Lineups. Okay, no, it's Samba. What's his name again? Brice Samba. I feel bad for Brice Samba though. Wasn't he with Forest? Yeah. Forest like dumped him when they got to the Premier League, man. That's foul. What Forest did there was foul. But is Farinez still at the club? Farinez is not even, yeah, he is probably there. Where is he? Yeah, he's probably not even at Lawns anymore. Steve, are you still here? Where's Farinez, bro? Football TV, I don't have Football TV, bro. I had it for I think I had Football TV for one tournament. Was it the AFCON? I think I had downloaded Football TV for one tournament and I had to get rid of it. Kind of expensive. But where's this guy Wilker Farinez, man? Farinez. Where is he these days? God damn. Farinez. He was at Lawns. Where's he? So Wilker Farinez right here. Goalkeeper, Venezuela. Where the hell is he these days? Okay, he's still at Lawns. He's probably injured or something. He's probably injured or not in the first team setup. Venezuelan. All right, so we did that. We went down that rabbit hole. So so just check and see who doing the thing over there for Lawns, man. They got let me see. They don't even have a lot of freaking players I could say like, damn, these guys are really doing the damn thing. Frankowski's a young Polish kid. Is he young? I don't know. I might be mixing it up. 27. Nah, I'm mixing it up. Who is this guy? Seko Fofana. Okay. I know who he is. Okay, Kevin Danso. Yeah, he was at Southampton. He was very bad. Facundo Medina, Argentinian. Yep. So they got some decent players. Man. Said, Wesley Said. Is he the man doing the damage over there for them? I think so, you know. I think I saw him in the news the other day. Let me see something. Let me see. He might be on the way to a move somewhere. Who knows? But anyways, that's enough with the Lawns rabbit hole. Good luck to them. They're second. If they end up getting Champions League football next season, that would be nasty. You got Rennes. We know Rennes, they've been in the Champions League recently. And they're above Marseille and Lyon and Monaco and them teams. So it's nice to see what's going on in the French league. Let's see if that could hold going forward. So Rennes, Marseille, 30 points. Lorient with 28 points. Monaco in 6th with 27. Lille, 26. Lyon, 8. These teams not doing too well. They got to catch up. And Nice, I expected to be doing better, 9th. Give it up to Clermont Foot, recently promoted. They're doing okay. Reims as well, a team recently promoted, not doing too bad. Toulouse, I think Toulouse was relegated and back in the league now, if I'm not mistaken. But Troyes, let's go Troyes, City Group, man, let's go. Montpellier, Nantes, Brest, all outside the relegation zone. And we got Auxerre, I think in the playoffs. It seems like Ligue 1 actually, is Ligue 1 changing up their structure? Because what do you have? Steve, are you still in here? Ligue 1. So relegation, do you have 3 teams automatically relegated and there's 1 playoff? I could remember them having 2 teams automatically relegated and 1 playoff, but maybe they changed it. Maybe they did. Maybe they definitely did. I'm not sure. I need to look that up really quick. Ligue 1, playoffs, relegation. We need to find that out, right, guys? We got to know exactly what's going on. You can't just be guessing here. You got to know what's going on. So, in terms of relegation, guys, and Ligue 1, let me see what's going on here. Competition format. Let's go. So, in terms of the format, let me see in terms of relegation. Okay, so in June 2021, the LFP voted overwhelmingly at its General Assembly to contract Ligue 1 clubs back to 18 clubs for the 2023-24 seasons by relegating four teams and promoting 2 from League 2 after 2022-23. So that's what's going on, guys. So what's going to happen in Ligue 1, they're going to go back to 18 teams for the top tier. So what they're going to do, they're going to just relegate 4 teams. Hear me out. 4 teams. This one is a little bit more easy to understand. So the bottom 4 teams, you're gone. You're going into Ligue 1, relegated. And the top 2 teams from Ligue 1 promoted to make 17 and 18. Simple. No playoffs. You're done. Bye-bye. Bottom 4, gone. Simple. So we understand what's going on in Ligue 1 now. Right? I think so. I think I understand what's going on. I think so, right? Yeah. And I think this now makes me understand what's happening in the lower leagues, right? So if you have 4 teams getting relegated from, like, say, League 2, which would leave 20 teams in the league, right? Hear me out. Then you have how many going up? 3 teams going up? If you have 3 teams going up, then that means there'll be space for 8 teams to get. So I do understand what's going on in the lower leagues now. Yeah. So let's take a look at the stats. Kylian Mbappe with 12 goals, Neymar with 11, Terry Murphy with 10. And I think this is the guy Steve was tweeted about. Terry Murphy. He's doing well with Lorient, 10 goals. Alexandre Lacazette with 9. Name is Laka, but he's not lacking the goals. Get it? Jonathan David doing well with Lille with 9 goals. So Lionel Messi leading the assist charts with 10. Neymar with 9. Neymar is the MVP, if you ask me. 11 goals and 9 assists. Not bad. You got Henrique Silva of Monaco. Looks Brazilian. 5 assists. Florian Sotoka with 5. Jonathan Klaus with 5. And Remy Cabella with 5 as well. So that's a quick league update. And going forward, guys, what I'm going to be doing, big up to Albert. How are you doing, man? Steve was in here earlier. What I'm going to be doing before the next live stream, like next week, when I do a quick update and things like that, when I do another one like this, I'm going to have some more little tidbits. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to scour Reddit, and I'll find some more things that I want to talk about when it comes to little things that happens in the league, so that you guys could get more insight and it could be a bit more entertaining. You see what I mean? The more information you get, the more you want to tune in, because you could tune into a live stream, a Dominic Rich live stream, and you could be informed, you could be entertained, and you could, catch up to what's actually going on in football, and you could learn a few things. I'm learning, you're learning. You see what I mean? That's the beauty about it. So big up to each and every person in the house. Make sure you guys smash up the thumbs up button. And big up to Mr. Osayawe in the house. Never seen you around here, bro. Big up to you. He says Lacazette scoring more than he did at Arsenal. Indeed. Big up to you, man. You see, we got new people in here. Big up to you, Osayawe. The name's a little bit difficult to say, but it's all good, man. I got you. But nice to see you in here. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Indeed, man. You guys have done a pretty good job in terms of, liking the video. We've got 33 likes. So if there's anybody in here who has not yet liked the video, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate it. The closer we get to 50, the better. All right. So let's continue, man. Let's continue. And what we're going to do is let's do a quick catch up with the Bundesliga, because we know they're still going through their break and the Bundesliga is not coming back just yet. But let's just take a quick catch up and see what's going down with the Bundesliga, right? And in the future, we'll take a look at Bundesliga 2 and, Bundesliga 3 and things like that. But right about now, let's just go to the official website of the Bundesliga. Let's eat the cookies. And let's take a look at fixtures and results here. So if we go back to match week 15, let's go back to match week 15. You guys could see all the results there. Mönchengladbach beat Borussia Dortmund 4-2. Leverkusen defeated Stuttgart 2-0. Wolfsburg defeated Hoffenheim 2-1. Bochum 1, Augsburg 0. Hertha 2, FC Köln 0. RB Leipzig to Werder Bremen 1. You got Bayern beating Schalke 2-0. Mainz and Frankfurt playing to a 1-1 draw. And Freiburg defeating Union Berlin 4-1. And we know these teams are up there in the table fighting for the title this season. It's weird, right? It's weird. I know. So with that being said, guys, this is what the table does looks like in the Bundesliga after 15 match weeks, with FC Bayern München back at the top with 34 points. Looking a bit more normal than it did a few weeks ago, right? Before the World Cup. Freiburg is still second. It'll be nice to see Freiburg actually get Champions League football. But with stiff competition from the likes of Leipzig and Frankfurt, and you got Borussia Dortmund, all these teams, Gladbach could get back really on track and surpass them in the table. So Freiburg, pretty good this season, 30 points. Leipzig, they're third with 28. Eintracht Frankfurt with 27 points. And we know how good Eintracht Frankfurt has been this season. Union Berlin dropping off a bit, 27 points. Borussia Dortmund with 25 after 15. They're sixth. And outside the European places, Wolfsburg with 23 points. Borussia Mönchengladbach, Werder Bremen, and FC Mainz will top off the top 10 there. So the bottom 8 are as follows. Hoffenheim, 11th. Bayer Leverkusen, 12th. Xavi Alonso, baby. You got FC Köln, 13th. Augsburg, 14th. Hertha Berlin, 15th. And in the relegation playoff spot, we got Stuttgart with 14 points. And unfortunately, in the relegation zone, Bochum with 13 points, and sadly, Schalke struggling once again with only 9 points this season. I feel it for Schalke, but, it's not too late. They could, wiggle out, and still got Hertha and Stuttgart and even Augsburg, Köln, they could catch up to. So with that being said, guys, the next match day 16th, guys, coming back January 20th. So the break is long. Players could have time to recover. Teams could bring in new players during the January transfer window. We have a massive game on January 20th here, which is my daughter's birthday as well. RB Leipzig playing FC Bayern München. We got Union Berlin coming up against Hoffenheim. Frankfurt, Schalke. Wolfsburg, Freiburg. Bochum, Hertha Berlin. Stuttgart coming up against Mainz, FC Köln, Werder Bremen, Borussia Dortmund versus Augsburg, and a big game between Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayer Leverkusen. So I'll be trying to tune into a Bundesliga game or two when it restarts, and we're going to have a complete, analysis of all these leagues going forward, where we'll check out the scores. We'll talk about matches. We're gonna have viral games every weekend. So we're gonna talk about these games, and we're gonna break things down. We're gonna catch up to all the leagues, man. And it's not gonna take too much time. I'm not gonna be talking about the championship and league on for very, very long, and the League 2 like I did today and the Carabao Cup. That's not gonna happen every week. So we could cover all the leagues within 2.5 hours. And I usually take 2.5 hours to do only the Premier League. I don't want to do that no more. That's too much work. I put a lot of work into it. A lot of work into getting you guys the information, putting together the things. Nobody be showing up, man. Nobody be showing up. So I don't want to do that. I'd rather just come, get a drink, whether it's water or some juice, a beer, whatever. Sip it, and we're going to discuss. We're going to talk about the leagues. In the future, I'll look to, bring some people on. We could discuss things. The big things, man. Football is infinite. It's going to keep playing. Once we have life, they're going to have football. You feel me? You see what I mean? So, yeah. All right. So, with that being said, guys, in terms of the Bundesliga, let's take a look at what the stats look like. Who's scoring the goals over there, right? So, players. Let's take a look at the players' goals. Christopher Nkunku. Let's take a look at the top list. real quick. Nkunku, 12. Marcus Thuram with 10. Nicholas Fulkrug, we start the World Cup with 10 at Werder. Then we have below them, we have Jamal Musiala with 9 goals. I got to give it to Musiala, man. And we're seeing this reflect at the World Cup. Thuram at the World Cup. Fulkrug at the World Cup. Musiala, Gnabry. You know what I mean? These guys, Daichi Kamada, these guys, they played reasonably well at the World Cup, right? Vincenzo Grifo is an Italian, and he's been doing well for Freiburg, man, scoring direct free kicks and all. I've been tuning into some things that's going on in the Bundesliga, guys. Not because I don't talk about it on the channel mean I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. Daichi Kamada, Dodi Lukabakio. You got Geraldo Becker, Sadio Mane with 6. Geraldo Becker is Surinamese, so big up to Geraldo Becker. Jesper Lindstrom couldn't score anything at the World Cup for Denmark, though. Musa Diaby, Yusufa Mukoko, the youngster, Mikkel Gregorstich, Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, my boy Leroy Sane, Randall Kulamuani, almost a hero at the World Cup there. Jeremy Frimpong as well. You know, so those are the top goal scorers to mention. In terms of the assist getters, guys, we have top speed. You have the Bundesliga definitely has a lot of stats. But let's just look at the assist stats real quick. Kolomuani has 9 assists, guys. 9. This is nuts. Alisson Player. I'm kind of disappointed that Alisson Player did not, become a bigger player because, yeah, no pun intended. But I remember when he moved from, I think that was Nice to Mönchengladbach. He showed a lot of promise, but never really, move up to be a bigger player. But Dominic Szoboszlai, he could play a big role in helping Hungary to get back at the World Cup in 2026. He's a quality player, we know that. And he's still destined for bigger things, in my opinion. Jamal Musiala doing it, man. He was Germany's best player, in my opinion. Mitchell Weiser. You got Borna Sosa, the Croatian. Lostino, the veteran there, still at Borussia Mönchengladbach. And, no need to go through all these other names, but you get the point and you get an idea of what's going on in the German Bundesliga. Guys, what we're going to do really quick, I'm just going to switch back really, really fast to my fire background here. And what we're going to do, we're going to make big up to the Lego dude, man. There, Kolomuani. Big up to Drew P. Big up to Ethan Murray. Big up all of y'all, man. Guys, all the new people in the stream right now, hope you guys are smashing the thumbs up button. Smash up the thumbs up button. Let's get those likes up. Let's get them up to at least 40 likes before I end this live stream right about now. I should have been done. I passed the time, but what we're going to do really quick is we're going to touch on the Eredivisie, right? Let's go. Eredivisie. Let's touch that really quick. A quick update. Let's see what's going on. Not going through the matches. Standings. Feyenoord on top, 33 points. Ajax, PSV, 30 points each. AZ Alkmaar fighting for the title. Good title race over there. I do have access to the Dutch Eredivisie. I will tune into a game here and there if I feel like it. If sometimes when you don't feel like it, the game might be there. I don't feel like watching that. So yeah, I do have access to these games. FC 20. You got Sparta Rotterdam. These teams not doing too bad, but we know these teams are not going to win the league. But it's going to be one of Feyenoord, Ajax, or PSV. You could even throw AZ Alkmaar in the mix. Keep an eye on the Dutch Eredivisie this season, guys. Down towards the bottom of the table, you have Volendam, 6 points. Cambuur with 8. FC Emmen. You got Groningen. FC Emmen is in the relegation playoff spot. Groningen just outside. Excelsior. Vitesse, not doing too good. Fortuna Sittard, decent. Go ahead, Eagles. Volvik, top off the bottom half of the table there. Heerenveen. Guys, Heerenveen, their goalkeeper, Andres Noppert, if I'm getting my facts right. Let's check this out. November 5th. Let's go. Yep, Andres Nopert. Never heard of the guy before. Never. And bam. Bam. Where is he? In the goal. He's now number one goalkeeper for the Dutch national team, which means we might actually see this dude at Ajax in the future. I won't be surprised if Ajax going for a move for Nopert, being that their goalkeepers are very old. You see what I mean? Like Pasveer and what's the other guy? The legendary one. I can't remember. I could never remember his name. But yeah. So that's what's going on in the Dutch Eredivisie. Stats. Cody Gakpo. Big up to Cody Gakpo on fire at the World Cup. Look for him. He might be out. He might be gone in January. Definitely gone next summer for sure if he doesn't move in January. Brian Broby. He's done well on his return to Ajax. Danilo. Young Brazilian, I think. I think this Danilo guy was linked. Wasn't he a Man City player before, I think? Nah, that was the guy that was at Ajax. He's now playing for Feyenoord. Yeah, because I'm like, a little familiar. See, wrong Danilo, man. Wrong Danilo. You see, they don't even have a freaking proper Wikipedia page for the kid. Let me see. All right. Danilo. Yeah. He's only 23 years old, though. But he was at Ajax for some time. And then he didn't really play much at Ajax, 20, and then Feyenoord. Okay, yeah. So when I said Danilo, I wasn't even talking about the right back Danilo. Not even that Danilo. I was thinking that there was, like City buy these young players and send them through on loan and things like that. I thought he was one of those players, but I got it mixed up. But what he's done at Feyenoord is unbelievable. So he's developing very nicely. So pretty good buy for Feyenoord when you think about it, right? So we went down a little rabbit hole there. Steven Bergwijn and Xavi Simons scoring the goals over there in the Eredivisie. Cody Gakpo with 12 assists and 9 goals. Okay. Dusan Tadic, 9 assists. Usana Tanane with 6. Maximilian Vitek with 5. Vito Van Krooi with 5 assists as well. And guys, do you know Burak Yilmaz is playing in the Eredivisie these days with Fortuna Sittard? I do know. And it's weird. It is very weird, but he is. I think Burak Yilmaz was actually what do you call them? He was actually a player manager. I think he's actually a player manager at Fortuna Sittard right now. News. Let's check the news. Yeah, the news is for him to play at Fortuna Sittard, quit the national team, announces retirement, left Lille. Okay, but there's definitely let me just click on this. We're going down a Burak Yilmaz rabbit hole right now. Fortuna Sittard. Let me take a look at this right now. They're 12th. They're not doing too badly, but just to take a look at before the World Cup, Fortuna Sittard, right? Lineups, manager. All right, Velasquez, but I'm pretty sure he was like part of the managerial thing. Pretty sure. Might be wrong, but with his experience, I wouldn't put that past him. So that's what's going on in the Eredivisie there. So Lego do this say Nopert had never won a cap before the World Cup and was basically nobody, but now everyone knows who he is. Indeed, man. Indeed. Guys, did you smash the thumbs up button? Those latecomers. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button, latecomers. All right, guys, we need 3 more thumbs up to hit 40. Let's see if we could hit 40 thumbs up for this live stream. We've been live for 3 hours now. Not bad at all. Nice catching up. I feel good, man. I really feel good that I've caught up to things. Seriously. Now I could go and I could wake up in the morning and watch these Premier League games, come back, talk about a few sometime during the day and feel like I'm up to speed. Portuguese League. Let's go. Liga, Portugal. Let's take a look at what's going down over there. Benfica at the top, 37 points. They've won it already. They've won it. Porto second with 29. Benfica's won the title already. They could go invincible too. No losses. Braga third, 28. Sporting 4, 25. Casa Pia The hell is that team? Probably some money injected in that team. That team was probably in the second division last season. Let's find out. Let's find out. See that? Look at that. They just got promoted. They just got promoted. Probably for the first time. Look at this. Takala Liga. Look at this. This is the club. This is the cup. Liga Pro. Yep. Yep. They came in second behind Rio Ave. Look at that. These guys were in like the lower divisions. Look at this. Campeonato de Portugal. These guys were playing in a lower division. Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. Casa Pia. Wow, we're learning some things here. We're learning some things. We are learning some things, guys. Casa Pia, keep an eye on this club. Keep an eye on this club. Vitória Guimarães, 23 points. Rio Ave, newly promoted. Portimonense. Chavez. All right. Okay. We're not really. Pacos Ferreira, 2 points this season. That's poor. Maritimo. Gil Vicente. Yeah, pretty poor. Pretty poor, man. So what happened to that B-side club? Remember that club that couldn't have enough players last season against Benfica, and then they got relegated. The game had to be suspended because guys are getting red carded, and they had to forfeit the game. It was like 8-0 or something. That was weird. That was against Benfica, I think, right? Let's check Benfica's matches. Go back last season and see if we find that game. We might be able to find that game, you know. So Benfica last season, they destroyed the team. Where is it? I think we can't. Oh yeah, Maritimo. Yeah, right here. Right here, man. Benfica B-side, right there. 7-0. Darwin Núñez with 3, Julian Weigl, Harry Seferovic, Eduardo Cowell. Look at that, 7-0. The game ended early. Look at the game. The game ended after 48 minutes. 48 minutes, guys, because the team didn't have enough players. Look at this. The lineup, they didn't have enough players. Look at this. They had 8. They fielded a full team. They fielded a full team, but then injuries. They didn't have anybody. They didn't have anybody on the bench. They didn't have anybody on the bench, guys. Oh man, have you ever seen this? Have you ever they didn't have anybody on the bench, and a few players started to get injured. And then they couldn't replace these players. I think they had, look at this, player 1. Have you ever seen this? Player 2 and player 1. Who the hell are these guys? They were ravaged by COVID-19, which is nuts. I think goalkeepers were probably outfield players on that day. And I had run across some news that there was a woman in charge of this team at one point too. Man, I can't keep track of this. This is too unreal. But anyways, that happened. And that club is now in the set. Let's find out what's going on with B-Sad. Belenenses, I think they called. So they're now in the Liga Pro. They're in the Liga Pro. And they actually, oh my God, they're 16th in the Liga Pro. They have fallen down really, really badly, man. God damn. Prefor Belenenses. I think that's what the real name is. They're not doing too well. And this second division does not look too good at all either. Looks really weak. Anyways, we move. Let's go back to the Primera Liga. Let's go to the standings from this season. Let's go back down to the bottom of the table. But let's fit the stats. Darwin Núñez. No, that's not the right year. And we got to go back. Portuguese League. Let's go. Darwin Núñez does not play there no more. Let's go. Stats. Gonzalo Ramos, 9 goals. Fran Navarro with 8. Gonzalo Ramos is gone. He's gone. Maybe in January or the summer. Pedro Gonçalves. I'm surprised he's still playing for Sporting. Abdulaziz Yakabu, Rio Ave. Evan Nilsson, another decent player, 6 goals. John Mario is having a great season with Benfica. Mediterremi, good season for Porto. And Rafa Silva is on fire, man. Mediterremi with 5 assists. Ivo Rodriguez with 4. You have Pedro Porro, my boy, with 4 goals. Pepe, decent player at Porto with 4 goals. Ricardo Horta, we saw at the World Cup with 4. Steven Estacio, the Canadian international, with 4. Thiago Gouveia with 4 assists there. And these were assists, not goals, pardon me, assists. So that's the Portuguese league, the Eredivisie. We touched on a lot of leagues, a lot of leagues. Guys, what else could we talk? I don't think there's, I don't really want to talk about no more leagues right about now, to be honest. I think we touched on most things, you know, but if there's anybody in here who has not liked the video, if you're watching a replay and you got this far, smash up the thumbs up button. We need 2 more thumbs up to get to 40 likes. All right. We're not getting out of here unless we get to 40 likes. All right. So we're going to check another league. Let us go and see what's going on. I know there's a war in Ukraine right now. Well, let's see what's going on in the Russian league, man. They've been playing football. Let's see what's going down in the Russian league. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy that they invaded Ukraine and just still continue to play football like nothing's happening. Like, oh, forget it. We're not playing. The league's not going on. Let's just forget the league's going on. Let's forget there's a war going on and continue playing this freaking football, man. Football and war, 2 different things. No. It's wrong. But that's what's going on in the Russian league right now. I have no idea what's going on. Statistics, the league table. Let's just take a look at the league table. Russian league table, guys. This is what's going on. Big up to Ethan Murray. Ethan, big up to you. Australian League. Zenit on top. There's 16 teams in the league. We're pretty much halfway through the league table, the league right now. Zenit, 42 points. They scored 47 goals, only conceding 7. Wow, Zenit on fire. Spartak Moscow. Rostov, they're doing the damn thing again. You got Dynamo Moscow, CSKA Moscow, Akhmat Grozny, FC Krasnodar, FC Sochi, Orenburg. I don't know a lot of these clubs, but I do know some of them. Lokomotiv Moscow are struggling big time. God damn, 14th. Oh, man. Lokomotiv. Ugh. Anyway, Zenit Spartak Moscow, right? Isn't that the club that Jamaican Shaman Nicholson plays for, if I'm not mistaken? We're going to find out. So, Spartak Moscow. Does he play for Spartak? I think he plays for Spartak, yeah. I think he does play for Spartak. So let's look at a Spartak game. Spartak beat Lokomotiv 2-1. And Quincy Promise is back at Spartak Moscow. Bad boy, Quincy Promise. That's where you should be playing because you're a bad boy. You want to stab up people and thing. So Nicholson is definitely a Spartak. So he's doing well. This team is doing well. But the only thing, it doesn't matter. They won't be playing in the European competitions. So they're just in a world of their own. I don't know how many people are watching the Russian league, but that's what's going on in the Russian league, guys. You know what I'm saying? The Australian league, I don't really watch the Australian league, but let's check out the A-League. The Australian League. A-League men's. Let's go. The standings. Melbourne City. Big up to City Group team. Melbourne City FC. So the Aussie League got 12 teams, okay? So I don't know how the league works, but let's find out. Last season. Okay, 12 teams. How does it work? How do you end up with 26 games? It's supposed to be 22 games. Do you go into a semifinal and I don't know how it works. Ethan, it's your time to explain how the hell does the league works. I don't want to Google it right now. How does it work, bro? How did you guys end up with 26 games with 12 teams? Talk to me. Talk to me. Melbourne Victory, 48 points. All right, that's the last season. So apparently you have 12 teams. You play 22 games, and then I don't know what happens after that. Okay, we're gonna find out, right? We could find out, right? So last season, let me go back. Melbourne City won it. Let's click Melbourne City. Let's go back to last season and let's see what happened here. All right, so the Australian Cup. Okay, Australian Cup round of 16, round of 32. All right, let's find out. Let's find out. So this was the last season. So, all right. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. Okay, yeah, it goes to semi and then the final with the top four. Yay! I figured it out, man. Thanks a lot, Ethan. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. We need 2 more to hit 40. Smash it up, smash it up, smash it up. So in terms of the relegation teams, how does relegation work, Ethan? If you want me to check out the Aussie League every week, you got to let me know. Perth Glory at the bottom. Western United, 7 points. Newcastle Jets, Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory, Brisbane Roar, Wellington Phoenix, that's a team from New Zealand, Adelaide United, Central Coast Mariners, MacArthur, Western Sydney. Why is there not a team from Tasmania? Is there a team called Tasmanian Devils? Tasmanian Devils. Yeah, baby. Yeah. All right. No one gets relegated? You're lying. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, it's like franchise football, right? It's like franchise. It's like the MLS. I see. It's franchise football. Nobody gets relegated. I hate that, man. I hate that. Guys, smash up the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. We'll definitely appreciate it. We are live and direct, catching up to all the leagues, the main ones. I think we've done pretty much most things. And what we're going to do before I do go is we're going to do a bit of transfer catch-up. Let's go. Let's catch up to the transfers, right? So transfers, latest transfers. Let's click on the latest transfers. And we're going to find out what's going on here in terms of the latest transfers. All the countries are there, right? And the latest transfers, meaning, let's get the detailed look. And we're going to have transfers from December 21st all the way back. So a quick transfer roundup for your head tops, guys. Okay? I know you're going to love this. I should have been upstairs already. I haven't even finished my drink, but let's talk. Aaron Herrera, Salt Lake to Montreal. Little fee, almost €500,000. Ruan Orlando to DC United, free transfer. You got Isco leaving Sevilla. He's a free agent. The transfer window is open, but as a free agent, once you leave, you could join another club pretty much anytime. It's going to be interesting to see where Isco moves. But he's, falling off a bit, I have to say, from his Real Madrid days. Samuel Illing Jr. just signed professional contract with Juventus. So give it up to the young Englishman doing big things, leaving the Juve next gen to join the senior team. That's a nice one. Haris Vukic leaving Rijeka to Buriram United in the Thai League. That's a strange move for the Slovenian. Matt Hedges leaving Dallas to Toronto. Free transfer. Solomon Rondon leaves Everton. I did see that one. He's now a free agent. Yeah, was pretty much a waste. Gaetan Chabonnier leaves Auxerre, goes to Saint-Etienne. €500,000. Capit Joko leaves Versailles in the Championnat National to Ligue 1 for SC Bastia. We got Leandro Bacuna, the man from Curaçao, without a club. He joins Watford in the championship. Big up to Leandro Bacuna. That's a big move indeed. George Campbell leaves Atlanta United in the MLS to Montreal CF for €500,000. Tyler Pasher, he joins Legion FC in the USLC in the United States. Mario Fernandes, he comes back after a break from football, and he goes back where? CSKA Moscow. Akim Zedadka, he is a Algerian. He goes to Auxerre on loan from Lille. Yvan Macon leaves Saint-Etienne to Paris FC, loan. Kevin Cabral, LA Galaxy to Colorado, almost €1,000,000. Zachariah El Wadi to Zamalek, from Zamalek without a club, probably a big move pending. Andreas Pereira, Orlando to Philadelphia. You have Yaroslav Rakitsky leaving Adana Demirspor without a club for the Ukrainian center back. Kana Erkin, he leaves Karagumruk without a club. Thomas Pekat, also a few guys in the Turkish league. You know, Bekaroglu as well leaves there. And that's pretty much it. Max Kruse, he's actually seems like he left Wolfsburg there November 28th while the World Cup was going on. So these have been some of the moves that we've seen, right? Some of the latest ones, guys. But there's been a few more though. There's been a few more, and I think the reason why they're not showing up is because of the market value here. If I change this market value to maybe like €100,000, I'll get more players. You see that? I get more players already because Chelsea bought in a few players. You see, I've already got more players, so I change up a few things. Let's see if we find any gems in between here. Any gems to talk about? Let's see. Let me see. Any gems? Let me see. Devon Williams. Big up to Devon Speedy Williams. Miami FC in the that's the other league. The other American league. He goes to the Switchbacks for free. So Devon Williams switching clubs there. And you see, we got 10. We got 10 freaking 10 layers. 10 layers. I'm not going to go through these 10 layers. What I want is clubs from England. Let's find the UK. Let me see if England is on here. I don't think England is on here. I think the UK, United Kingdom. Let's find the United Kingdom right here. Come on, stop playing with me. United Kingdom. Let's go. We're going to find something. Nothing. Actually, nothing. We don't find nothing here. Nothing at all. Nothing. But Chelsea did bring in some players, though. You know what I mean? Chelsea did bring in some players. So let's see if we find something there. Let's transfers. Let me see. Top transfers. Let me see if we got anything on top transfers right now. Okay. As a matter of fact, I found something a lot better. Let's go here, transfers, and let's click on Premier League transfers right now, right? So in terms of Premier League transfers, right? Date of transfers, winter. Let's find out if there's any winter transfers right here. Anything on the winter? We don't have much. We don't have much movement. But Chelsea, they did bring in a few players, but I don't see them up here. Solomon Rondon left. Yeah, there's not been much movement yet in the transfer window, guys. So, Nahuel Bustos, Man City. Sao Paulo going out on loan again. Cristiano Ronaldo left the club. Matty Longstaff coming back. Kel Watts, Garancool will join in January. For Forest, they've actually signed a few players as well. Dan Lundalu, his loan ends from Cheltenham Town. Alfie Whiteman, Louis Zhao. West Ham did bring in a defender, 20-year-old Louis Zhao. For Wolverhampton Wanderers, Mateus Cunha is coming in. So give it up to them. Leo Bonatani is going out. So Chelsea did sign David Dacho Fofana from a Norwegian club and another guy from the Brazilian League. These guys ain't going to do nothing. Remember, I said it today. These guys ain't going to do nothing, man. Big up to Serbian Warrior. Big up to Lego, dude. Lego, you a Wolves fan. Okay. All right, guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Have we hit 40 thumbs up yet? Guys, make sure you do so. And with that being said, we've done a lot of catching up. We only got 38 likes. So if you're in here and you haven't yet liked the video, please do so. I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed now. It's late. But look for more of these type of streams going forward. And, more the usual. But expect the content strategy to change up a lot going forward. Just want to put it out there. See what I mean? So this has been fun. Lego Dude said Chelsea are collecting young players who they'll never use. Tell me about it. All these guys are going out on loan to rot. All of them. Going out on loan to rot. Oh, my God. They're collecting Fofanas. Oh, man. Woo! Guys, have we hit 40 likes? We smash the thumbs up button, man. Come on. Smash it up. You guys could do better than that. But anyways, if you're watching a replay and you gotten this far, if you're like me and you like long-form content like this from your favorite creators, this would be another gem for you because I love that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Really. Guys, I made this extra long straw for this extra long bottle of drink here. See? I'm drinking Mike's strawberry pineapple. It's a weird flavor, but it's like 8% alcohol. It's real strong. But appreciate you guys tuning in to yet another stream. I'm going to be out of here, man. I'm going to be out of here. So I'll be back later in the day to maybe talk about some of these Premier League games, catch up to some more things to do with football. And from your boy Dom, thanks a lot. Big up to Steve. Big up to everybody who super chatted. Big up to everybody who contributed in the comment section. And if you're watching a replay, big up to you as well. So from your boy Dom, thanks a lot for tuning in to yet another one. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squat. Peace. Yeah, baby. See you soon.